Glencliff got a crash blocking the left lane 24 eastbound after Briley Parkway. Over in the Gulch, a crash 40 eastbound. This is at DeMunbrian Street. And then a crash 40 westbound at Fessler's Lane. I'm Ken Weaver.
Sorry, I didn't mean to snap at you. It's just. Well, hello, friends. Welcome in. It is a Matt Murphy radio show underway for another day on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It's Tuesday. It's December 9. And we've been waiting for this day since last year. It's Cumulus Broadcasting's Toy Field. Our entire family of radio stations joined together to attempt to raise toys and awareness for those in need of toys during this holiday season. It's our 18th annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith and Wayne's Pest Control. It is happening all day today inside the South End Zone Plaza between gates 8 and 9 of Nissan Stadium until officially 6 p.m., but we accept toys until we go off air at 7 o'clock tonight. So we've got lots to get into, lots to do, but we're going to focus in on raising awareness and raising, your sense of awareness for toys for needy children during the holiday season. We got the entire gang is here, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we got everybody. Oh, there's one of the gang. It's Ken Weaver.
What's going on, Brother Murphy?
You've been here for a minute.
I have been. I've been here since Brother Hand.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I love getting you out and about.
I like getting out and about, man. I mean, I've got a window. I'm in a tent. Usually I'm in news closet B.
That's true, where it's climate controlled at a balmy 87 degrees.
Although I do have a little fan in there.
That's true. And, and a heater during the wintertime.
Yes, sir.
And all the dust that you can sniff.
Woo! All the dust in the world in there.
No, this is nice. I like this. This is good. Normally we're on a concourse over on the east side of the stadium. But this year, because of the construction of the new stadium, obviously they've got to move us, and so they moved us into this huge tent. And the tent's brought to you by Nashville Tent and Awning. Those folks came out and they set up a palatial tent with lights and heaters and sidewalls on it, open sidewalls. But you can come in and see us yourself. Come through the little open area there between gate 8 and gate 9. If you don't want to get out of your car, if you want to bring a new unwrapped toy for a youngster or a gift for a senior, bring it to Toy Field, and you can fulfill the dream of thousands of children over the holiday season and also those seniors who are in need of some love this holiday as well. But if you don't want to get out of your car, there's folks waiting right there in the parking lot, and they'll take your toys and they'll bring it to Toy Field. Or if you want to come and see us and see Toy Field fill, you can do so as well. There's refreshments in the little atrium area.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we got have you had one of those gingerbread cookies?
Yeah.
They're good.
I like them a lot.
You know what I don't like about them?
What?
They put the calories right there on the back of the package.
I thought you were going to say they weren't big enough.
Well, that's true, too. I love gingerbread, man.
Yeah, I
love
do.
Some gingerbread. Jackson Williams is with us as well.
Brother
Hello,
Jackson.
Action Jackson.
What's up?
Jackson, you seem to be filled to the brim with the holiday spirit.
Yes, sir. He is.
Look at him. Woo! Jackson, I feel like you've been asked this question a time or two today, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it one more time.
Okay.
What time did you get here today?
I got here at 3:45 this morning, Brother Murphy.
Yeah? Uh-huh.
Yep.
And you were here during Nashville's Morning News with Dan Manning.
I was.
Dan and Joan in presence.
Yes.
And accounted for. Y'all had a good time, I understand.
Had a great time out here.
I understand that it was a little cold this morning.
Yes.
And Mandis, if y'all listen to Nashville's Morning News, I'm the guy that comes on the radio at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and just peels the curtain back.
Yeah.
Lets everybody know what's going on.
Yes.
Apparently, Dan did not have coffee until 7.
Oh, goodness.
And that was bothersome to him.
Yeah, that.
And I said, and you know what I responded with?
What?
I said, how's things going? He goes, oh, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. It was a little cold this morning. We didn't have coffee till 7. And I said, ooh, cranky Dan.
You said, well, I've got coffee right now.
Oh, yeah. I've had coffee all morning. My Keurig is bubbling. But no, we've got coffee now. We got food. We got refreshments. We got anything you need. We just need you to come out. All you need to do is run by the store, whatever store of your choosing,
yes,
and find a basketball or a football or a doll or a pony or a bike, whatever it is.
Crayons and a coloring book.
Crayons and a coloring book will mean something to a child on Christmas morning. This is what it's all about, folks. It's all about the giving spirit. And there's a point in your life, and you know what I'm talking about, where giving becomes a selfish act. I like to say this every year, that I receive far more by giving during the holiday season than I would ever get by getting something during the holiday season, because it fills your heart with love and joy. And you can do that for a youngster in need. We want to make sure that everybody's got presents to unwrap under the tree for the holiday. So, parking and curbside drop-off. Let me give you some of these particulars, okay? At Nissan Stadium, it's available in Lot K if that's what you're familiar with. If you're familiar with Gate 7, we're on the pedestrian bridge side of the stadium.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the Shelby Avenue side of the stadium. You come and you'll see the construction entrance, and you'll see our entrance right next to the construction entrance, and they'll guide you right in. And like I say, you can get out of your car and bring it to us and put it where you want. If you have a bicycle and you want me to personally ride your bicycle, I'm happy to do that on an annual basis.
Brother Murphy.
I was accused, for those longtime listeners of the Matt Murphy Show, there was a time where I was accused of stealing a bicycle. I was run down by security inside a Nissan Stadium. I was trying to do an entire loop of the concourse.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me do that.
No.
They wouldn't let me do that at all.
They're not going to let you
No.
do that.
And then apparently the guy that was giving the bicycle to a needy child didn't like the idea that I was riding it. Felt like I was spoiling the bicycle, which I can kind of.
He probably thought, is that guy going to take that home after I leave?
Like, what's that guy doing? Well, he just wanted to take a picture.
Of
So
the
what
bicycle.
really happened was they were about to set the bikes up so that they could take a picture of the bikes in front of all of the beautiful toys that had been given at Toy Field.
Yeah.
And some schmuck jumped on the bike and left. And the guy's like, hey, where's that guy taking the bike that I was giving to needy children? He's just riding off with the bike. So, but I'll ride your bike if you want me to. We want to thank our partners real quick that make Toy Field possible. A.O. Smith, it's just a wonderful group of people. Visit hotwater.com. Wayne's Pest Control, for over 50 years, they've been protecting homes and from pests and termites. National Tent and Awning, and we appreciate those guys as well for making it. Oh, look, somebody brought a dog.
There's a little fella.
Oh, somebody's getting a puppy for Christmas. Or maybe she's not giving that away.
No, she's probably not going to give that little fella away.
That's a cute little pup.
It is.
Y'all better, hey, Madison, you better watch out.
Yeah, you better watch Pookie.
Gonna get
You better
that
watch
little bear.
Pookie. He's going to get that little Pookie bear.
Yeah, going to get a little Pookie bear.
Hey, how are you? Wait, what's the little guy's name? Walter? Walter.
All right.
Well,
That's a great name.
That's a great name. Walter represents his name well. Walter's about to pee on that rug.
I think, yeah,
Walter is getting ready.
Walter looks like he's excited.
Walter is.
That little Walter got him a brand new haircut, he looks like.
Oh, yes. Walter. Well, I bet Walter looks like he'd get along with Fritz.
Well, Fritz wouldn't get along with him.
Fritz
is a cantankerous wiener.
Yeah, well, I hear that happens in life.
It's one of those $3 words, Ken.
I hear that happens. Time to time.
Cantankerous.
Time to time, your wiener gets cantankerous.
Don't ask me to spell it.
Moving right along. We do have content to get to. We do have things to talk about today. Obviously, it's a work day. In addition to enjoying Toy Field,
Yes, sir.
we will speak with Senator Marsha Blackburn coming up at 3:45 this afternoon regarding her effort to get a control of the internet and what the government should and should not be doing with regard to minors having access to internet activity, particularly social media. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and the like. We will also talk about law enforcement with regard to immigration and how liberals don't seem to want law enforcement with regard to immigration. There is a huge issue in Columbia that I've been made aware of, and I was speaking to Representative Scott Sapicki about this issue offline earlier today. And Scott is trying to get over to Toy Field this afternoon.
All right.
So he can speak to us directly about this issue, and he's trying to get a handle on it as well. Apparently, Columbia Power and Water is encouraging the city of Columbia in some form or fashion, and I don't pretend to understand all the intricacies of it quite yet, but they are trying to vote to ultimately raise water rates in Columbia and the surrounding areas that use Columbia Power and Water by 145%, I believe that is.
Goodness.
And the purpose is to raise enough money to pay back debt that they are going to incur through the state to build a new water treatment facility and a new water line. They're going to build out their water source, they say, to keep up with demand. Some are saying that it is an effort on the part of Columbia Power and Water to create a monopoly, if you will, on water in that area to box out Murray County Water and to box out other municipal water supplies that are right now providing water to those communities. So I don't pretend to understand all of it, but we're going to try to get to the bottom of it because it's what we do on the Matt Murphy Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. And then there's the Fairground Speedway issue that we were talking about yesterday that has blown up today, and we're going to continue talking about that with you. And I just asked the question, what kind of Nashville do you want? Do you want billionaires deciding what to do with things that have been here for 121 years? Or do you, the people, want to decide what to do with things that have been here for 121 years? Because here's the deal. Several years ago, all of y'all got together before I got here, and y'all voted. And y'all voted that the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, y'all liked it, and y'all wanted to keep it. Y'all being the city of Nashville, Davidson County generally. Well, now a multi-gajillionaire by the name of John Ingram has decided that he wants to renege on his promise to allow that speedway to stay. I'm just going to get right down to where the goats can graze on it. I'm not afraid of this dude. There's a lot that are. This guy that built out Geodis Park, that owns, I guess, the Nashville Soccer Club, John Ingram, wants that property for his own purposes. And they're claiming that it's affordable housing. That is Bravo Sierra. It is John Ingram that wants that property to utilize to build out for his purpose, and that is to advance the cause of Geodis Park. He doesn't want racing there anymore, and he's decided that he wants the property, and he's going to use his money to get it. As a matter of fact, it's my understanding, and Freddie O'Connell in the mayor's office, you can call me and tell me if I'm wrong. Any city councilor can call me and tell me if I'm wrong. I'm happy to listen, but I have it on good authority that he's holding $2 million for affordable housing right now so that he can get that property. How about that? How about them apples? So we're going to talk about that today. And we're going to tell you how all of this is going to go down unless the people of Nashville, Tennessee step up and stop it. And all I can tell you is this, that there are plenty of condos. There's plenty of Section 8 housing out there. There's only one Fairground Speedway. And when it's gone, it's gone. And it's going to be gone because money talks and BS walks. And John Ingram is presenting to the Metro Council something that they understand, and that's money. And if you don't speak out against what's happening, it's going to happen. That's all I can tell you. And if we, as a radio show, if it falls on us to coordinate it, I'm happy to try to coordinate it. I'm happy to try to coordinate an effort if that effort is there. I don't even know if it's there. I don't even know if the desire is there. I don't know. But I know this. I don't like billionaires bullying the city for their own purpose, and I don't like people lying about it. And that's exactly what's going on. All of this nonsense about, well, we need green space, we need affordable housing. There's plenty of damn spaces for affordable housing in this city. Plenty of spaces for affordable housing in this city. And by the way, when someone on the political left tells you that they want affordable housing, what they mean is government assistance. They want government to come in and assist individuals in their ability to afford homes. They don't want to present affordable options for people on their own to manage their living arrangements. They want government assistance to step in. That's what they're talking about. Anyway, so there's that on the docket as well today. We got lots to get into. You can find us on TuneIn. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iHeart. You can find us on our own app, Supertalk 99.7 WTN. And you can find us on Talk TV. Hello, Talk TV. How are you? YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. It's episode 939 of the Matt Murphy Show this Tuesday, December 9. And we're on location at Nissan Stadium on the, what are we, south side? Is that south side? We're on the south side of the – yeah, we're on the south side.
Yes, sir.
That's the west. That's the east. That's the north, and that's the south.
Yes,
we're on the south side. Thank you, Ken Weaver.
You
what would I
betcha.
do? I don't know what I would do without Weaver. I know what I would do without Jackson. I'd cry a little. You going to be okay?
I don't know.
You kind of losing a step?
I've lost 6.
There's a soda over there for you. I think I'm going to take the Monster I brought you and
I think
and
Brother
drink
Jackson
it myself.
needs a whole pot of coffee.
Yeah,
There's coffee over there, too.
I think I'm going to drink that Monster, Matt Murphy. Hate to tell you.
Okay, well, we'll see where that is. All right, it's 20 after the hour. Here's our telephone numbers and the super text line. 615-737-9986. They are open. Louie's back at home base, and thank you, Louie, for everything you do. Louie's an unsung hero back at home base because he's managing to keep all of this circus inside the tent, right? 615-737-9986 is our telephone number if you got any thoughts or comments. Marsha Blackburn coming up at about 3:45 this afternoon, maybe Sabiki later on. And all day long, we're at Toy Field benefiting the Salvation Army Forgotten Angels program. It's the Matt Murphy Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. It's the holiday season, and Genesis Diamonds truly does shine during the holidays. I mean, and when I say shine, I mean shine like a diamond. You know what I'm saying? Genesis Diamonds with engagement rings, diamond bracelets, eternity bands, earrings, pendants, colored stone jewelry, Rolex watches, pre-owned Rolex watches at an unbelievable price. And this December, get this. I understand that maybe you're thinking about the home run gift, but you've got a budget that you need to abide by. You can get holiday jewelry that she wants for $0 down, no interest for 5 years on approved credit, so you can go big without going broke. Pick any item, spread your payments over 5 years at 0 interest. That $6,000 ring just became $100 a month. You do the math, and everything becomes affordable. If you love a deal, here's something new for 2025 at Genesis: the Genesis Diamond Half-Price Holiday Vault. A select group of showcases featuring expertly curated Christmas gifts that Genesis offers at half price, 50% savings. That's right. The place for that spectacular holiday gift is Genesis Diamonds. 2 locations to serve you, Green Hills and Cool Springs. The one and only Genesis Diamonds.
A 3-judge panel has ruled on transgender people serving in the military. We'll tell you about that story and more coming up at 3:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you, Mr. Ken Weaver. Louis back at home base. Jackson Williams is out here at Toy Field. Ken Weaver's out here at Toy Field.
Yes, sir.
Matt Murphy, I'm around as well.
I scored a touchdown a moment ago.
Did you? I saw that. I saw you gave a little. I felt like that was a little Heisman.
It was.
A little Heisman.
It was.
Yeah, that's nice. You think that Diego Pavia is going to win the Heisman?
I would not be against it.
Nah, I wouldn't be against it either. But I think that Indiana quarterback's going to
Probably.
Yeah, I believe that's going to happen.
Yeah, he went undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, well, beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
They're looking good. So we are at Toy Field. We've been here 18 years running now. And if you follow us on social media, if you know anything about our campaign to build a field of toys for needy children, and look at the toys coming in right now,
That's
Weaver.
a big old bunch of
Look
toys
at those.
coming in.
Bags and bags of that. Thank y'all. Look at those folks over there. And Madison, our friend Madison, who is in our promotions department, has worked very, very hard on this event. And I just wanted to have you on to say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You can thank Pookie. Pookie's
Okay,
been
so
hard at work.
tell us a little about. We had a mascot this year, and if you've watched any social media campaign about the Toy Field in the build-up to today, you might have seen a lovable little bear that has an unfortunate little name, and
Matt was never in favor of the
I
Pookie
was.
name.
Well, I mean, when I hear Pookie, I think of something else, but that's okay. Pookie the bear is lovable. He's cute. He's got his little overalls on. And if you're watching here, can I hold Pookie? I'm going to show everybody on Talk TV right now. If you're watching on Talk TV, look, there's Pookie.
Hey, little Pookie.
There he is. Hey,
Show his butt.
hi.
Look, his tail's coming out of his pants.
Look, his tail's coming right out of his pants. How in the world did Pookie become our mascot?
So we wanted to have a mascot to represent the journey of a toy from the store shelves to your hands, and then to Toy Field, where we donate the toys, and then finally into the child's arms, because when you do things like this around the holiday season, you don't always see where they end up. So I think it's nice to be able to visually see that and use this to get people to bring toys and show that every single toy that is on this field today will eventually end up in someone's arms.
Yes.
So you have been kind of Pookie's mama for how long now?
Just over a month, I think. Like a month and 3 days to be exact. Pookie's birthday was, I'm pretty sure, November 6th. Not that I know.
And so here's what I'm getting to. Madison has developed a little bit of an attachment
Yes.
to Pookie.
I can tell. She loves little Pookie.
She loves
Yes,
little
I
Pookie.
love little Pookie.
And the entire concept was that Pookie would be going to a child.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I'm going to do, if you will let me. I am willing to donate another bear from Build-A-Bear, exactly like Pookie, and I will pay the entire cost of doing it.
$58.
$58.
Maybe we can get another accessory too, because that wasn't in the budget for this Pookie. So maybe well, Matt actually did donate a bandana.
I did donate a bandana, which disappeared immediately.
It's actually right behind us.
Which
on the
disappeared
table.
immediately, but that's fine. That's neither here nor there. But I am willing to donate the money to Build-A-Bear for a child for Toy Field if you are willing to keep Pookie.
To keep Pookie. Do you think Pookie's a little raggedy? Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
or?
what I'm saying is two things. One, Pookie has been around, and we've all seen what Pookie's been through, and Pookie deserves a home like yours. I also would suggest that you're a little attached to Pookie, and I don't want to see you have to lose your precious bear. So I mean, just think on it.
Okay.
I'm just telling you that I think there's a way. That you and the children of Nashville can be happy this holiday season.
Have you started
Thank
feeding
you.
Pookie yet?
Not yet. No, I've been trying to keep Pookie intact.
Have you thought about different outfits that Pookie would look good in?
I mean, there was a lot. Have you ever been to Build-A-Bear
I've
recently?
never been to Build-A-Bear.
Okay.
I've
well,
walked by Build-A-Bear. Have you ever walked by Build-A-Bear in a mall?
I have. My daughter loved to build a bear.
Yeah, always a lot of ragamuffins. a lot. A lot of those little youngsters.
Yeah.
A lot of those little tykes, and I don't want anything to do with that.
And so this is what you get to do. We actually have it on video because AJ filmed when we made Pookie. And you get a heart, and they make you pump the stuffing into it. And they say, all right, now rub it on your heart so he's always full of love. Rub it on your arm so it always has hugs. And AJ got to watch me do that in the store to Pookie.
Well,
So it's awesome.
I think we need Pookie 2. And we'll talk about it, but I think that would be very, very important.
Thank you, Matt.
Because and actually, congratulations on the wonderful campaign. It really is a symbol of what we're doing out here at Toy Field, and we love what you guys have done on the. Nobody gets to see what you guys do in the background to make this possible. We, typically the hosts and Ken Weaver, we get all the thank you. Y'all deserve every bit of the thank you. So thank you guys for everything that y'all are doing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, there's Madison in our promotions department, and we're going to make sure that she has a Pookie under her tree this holiday season. We got Ken Weaver in the newsroom. No, wait, we do not.
I'm right here with you, Brother Murphy.
Well, the newsroom goes where Ken Weaver is on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic in 5 minutes, and right now I've got bad news to report out of Kentucky. One person is in custody, and several people were injured after a shooting at Kentucky State University's campus today. The Frankfort Police Department says it responded to an active, what they call aggressor, on KSU's campus around 3:35. A university official confirming to WKYT that a shooting happened in the area of the south part of the campus. Frankfort police reporting that a suspect is in custody, but the school is on lockdown until further notice. A university official telling WKYT that multiple people were injured. Their conditions have not been confirmed at this moment. Stay with us. We'll keep you advised on air and online. Well, the Trump administration's ban on transgender people serving in the military can remain in place under a new stay granted today by a 3-judge panel of the D.C. Circuit Appeals Court. The 2-1 decision has Trump-appointed judges Naomi Rao and Gregory Katsas siding with the Pentagon, pausing a lower court ruling that the transgender service ban violated the Constitution's promise of equal protection. The conservative judges said that the ruling did not afford the Pentagon enough deference as it sets the military's medical standards. And a coalition called Restore Our Fairgrounds here in Nashville has filed a petition. They want to scrap racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. This group wants to remove racing from the Metro Charter and open the property to housing, green space, and retail. The petition needs tens of thousands of signatures before it can be on the ballot, possibly as soon as the November 2026 ballot. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Complete stop-and-go traffic northbound 65 up to the South Loop, eastbound 440 over to 24, and then that continues eastbound 24 from 440. The East Loop downtown is looking like a parking lot. We do have some crashes not helping matters. Got a crash blocking the left lane, 24 eastbound past Briley Parkway, and then in the Gulch, 40 eastbound at Demumbrian. I'm Ken Weaver.
Hey, friends, Alpha and Omega, they are not new to the managed services computer consultation industry. They've been around since 1998. A lot of changes in computers since 1998, as you can imagine. Cybersecurity is more important than it's ever been. Ransomware attacks happen every day. As a matter of fact, there are I didn't know this until I talked to Michael in Alpha and Omega. There are 14 successful ransomware attacks every single day. You don't hear about most of those because they happen to small or medium-sized businesses like yours, perhaps. If you don't have someone in the IT industry helping you, then might I suggest, humbly, you're doing it wrong. And if you don't have Michael and his team at Alpha and Omega specifically helping you out, I might suggest you're doing it wrong as well, because you'll get a local team right here in Middle Tennessee that's dedicated to your protection. Plus, they're going to handle everything involving your IT, from internet to printers to servers, all of your computer systems, all of your emails handled for you, so you don't have to worry about it. All you have to do is run your business and run it well, I might add. 615-784-0096, 784-0096, or online at ANO.net. That's A&O.net. Hey, friends, Matt Murphy for Volunteer Outfitters, just down the road from all these high prices in Nashville, Tennessee. They're in Hendersonville on New Shackle Island Road, and they are your holiday headquarters. Locally owned by Tommy and his gang, Volunteer Outfitters has everything you need, from your favorite team attire to hunting gear, work boots, fall winter clothing from brands like Drake, Huck, Extra Tough, Southern Marsh, Orca, and much, much more. And listen up, boots at Volunteer Outfitters are 15% off every single day. And right now, you can buy one, get one 50% off until Christmas time. You heard me correctly. Buy one set of boots, get another set of boots at 50% off until Christmas. Friends, you need to get to Volunteer Outfitters for the outdoorsman, for the hunter in your life, for the fisherman in your life. Something under the tree from Volunteer Outfitters will go a long way. Very, very special. So get by and see them on New Shackle Island Road. Right off Vietnam Veterans Parkway, pull off on New Shackle Island Road, take a left. You'll see them down on the left. Seriously, do not show up empty-handed this holiday season during the Christmas holiday. Volunteer Outfitters will help you get it done. Tell them Matt Murphy sent you to Volunteer Outfitters. Super Talk 99.7 WTN, Matt Murphy and the Matt Murphy Show. We continue. We are getting ready to speak to Marsha Blackburn coming up in just a couple of minutes. She's going to join us in about 5 minutes or so. Right now, just enough time to check in on the phone lines. Thank you for giving us a call. We're live from Toy Field, benefiting the Salvation Army Forgotten Angels program, and we're trying to fill this field. Ken Weaver, would you say it's two-thirds filled right now?
I would say it is two-thirds filled, Brother Murphy.
Okay, we need a push, y'all.
Yes, sir.
We got like 3 hours and 20 minutes to go. We got to fill this thing up, and we need you to help. Bring whatever toy you can afford to bring, whether it's a football or a doll or a pony or whatever it might be, coloring books, bicycle if you can afford it, basketball hoop, whatever you can afford to bring, no matter how big, no matter how small. I mean, bring a truckload if you can do it, or just bring one toy, a new unwrapped toy for that youngster out there somewhere that doesn't have a gift over the holiday season. We're going to give them a gift. Thank you to Toy Field. Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors, A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville 1010 Awning, amongst others. Right now, let me go to line one. It's Tommy, who wants to talk about the racetrack where there's this new organized group. What are they calling themselves, Ken? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Restore Our Fairgrounds.
And what does that mean? There's always been racing at the fairgrounds since 1904. What does that mean, restore our fairgrounds? It makes no sense. Tommy, does it make any sense to you, brother?
No, I think it's ridiculous. I've been to a number of races there. I live in Tullahoma, and it's some of the best racing around, and it's been there for years. I think Nashville will make a mistake. It'll be just like the Opryland deal. That's pretty much all I got to say.
Well, thank you, Tommy. I've had a number of people reach out to me, and obviously we've had conversations over the years about Opryland, and it is probably not as big as Opryland in terms of reaction, but it is certain. In my mind, it's just as integral a part of Nashville, Tennessee. And when you lose it, like Opryland, it's gone and gone forever.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the last race there that Darrell Waltrip won, the Nashville 420, and that was one of the best races I've ever seen. They've always had good racing there, and I think it'd just be a big mistake to get rid of it. That's just my opinion.
I'm looking online, and thank you, Tommy, for the call. I appreciate you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon. We're going to organize something on this. Yep. We're going to figure that. And I appreciate you. We're going to figure something out on this, right? Because I feel like there's the name of this group is what?
Restore Our Fairgrounds.
Well, if you go to RestoreNashvilleFairgroundsSpeedway.com, that is a pro speedway group. This organization, I think, in naming themselves what they've named themselves, I think they're intentionally trying to confuse people. I mean, because I just went, and more parking, show your support, 50% reduction in sound, don't take away our fairgrounds speedway, right?
That could be confusing.
This group, RestoreNashvilleFairgroundsSpeedway.com, is an organization that is dedicated to keeping the fairground speedway there and rebuilding it, revitalizing it. For those that don't know, we spend up to $10 million a year out of Nashville's city budget to keep that speedway open. Bristol Motor Speedway is offering a $130 million renovation package that would involve a 30-year lease where they would handle all the upkeep. So they are literally not only going to revitalize that speedway, bring in revenue through new racing opportunities with the NASCAR race every other year, with an Xfinity race every other year, and then the other races out there that will obviously draw more attention when the revitalized speedway comes to Nashville. They're also going to reduce the sound at the track by 50%, so the neighbors are going to be less aware of the sound that currently exists at the speedway because of that sound reduction ability. And it's going to bring in money through economic development. It's going to bring in money through, obviously, economic activity. And we won't be spending as much tax dollars keeping the speedway up and running. All of that to say it is an absolute no-brainer. But there are certain entities that just don't like the speedway, John Ingram, who wants to do different things with the property, John Ingram. And he is attempting to convince you that this is a grassroots effort, and it's not a grassroots effort. All right, let's get to John real quick in Columbia before hopefully we'll get to Marsha Blackburn coming up in just a moment. So, Louis, line 2 there. John is in Columbia, and John joins us on the program. John, I think Marsha's on the other line, so we probably have to go a little bit quicker than I wanted to, but what's your thought on all of this?
Well, the main problem we have, CPWS is an entity, they're a public utility. They're not trying to create a monopoly. They sell water to the city of Spring Hill, Murray County Water System, and the city of Mount Pleasant. If they raise these rates, they're going to go up 150% over the course of 5 years. If the Columbia City Council gets to vote on this, you have 7 people who are essentially raising rates on 2 municipalities and a county who never had an opportunity to vote on this.
Yeah, John, here's what I want to do. I want if you have the ability to keep listening, I want you to call me back. Normally I say call only once per day, but I'm going to suspend Rule 1. I want you to call me back to talk about this more. When Scott Sapicki comes up, he's supposed to be here probably sometime in the 5 o'clock hour to talk about this issue in Columbia, and I need to get an understanding of this because I smell a rat. And we're going to call it out.
We have a mayor and city council in Columbia who've never met the developer they don't want to jump in bed with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. We have overextended our water, and this is the best solution they can come up with, other than stop building houses.
Well, didn't Columbia or Murray County just put a moratorium on home build?
That was City of Spring Hill. The state told them they could not do any more sewer. They could not do any more sewer connections.
Okay. Well, John, keep listening, and when the conversation comes back up, call us back because you seem very learned on the subject. Thank you for the call. We're going to go over to Marsha Blackburn. Senator Marsha Blackburn joins us on the Murphy Show hotline right now. We're out live at Toy Field just outside of Nissan Stadium where the sun is slowly setting over the city of Nashville, and the cool conditions are back, Ken Weaver.
Yes, sir, they are.
That's okay, though. We got these heaters. We can fire them up. And Senator Blackburn, hopefully she's nice and warm, and she joins us on the Murphy Show hotline this afternoon to finish a conversation we were having last week regarding her effort to protect kids from social media platforms that are being abusive to them. Senator, always a good time to talk with you. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, I'm delighted to join you. Thank you so much. And yes, we have been hard at work trying to get things finished up.
Well, I mean, hopefully we can get a few things done before the holidays hit us. They're already here. We're out at Toy Field. I wish you were in Nashville, Senator. I would convince you to come bring us a toy.
Well, and I would absolutely love to do that. You know, I am always in for helping children and protecting children, and as you were saying, in the virtual space, making certain that we're protecting them too.
Well, you and I have talked long enough that you know me, that, I think the free market should be able to figure things out when the free market can figure things out. And I know you feel the same way. At the same time, it feels like the free market might be taking advantage of our young people with regard to social media platforms. And you wrote a piece recently about this in Time Magazine. Just tell folks what your concerns are and what you look at as the government's role to try to solve this issue with young people being unprotected on the internet.
Yes, and Matt, quite honestly, in the physical world, you have laws against selling alcohol, tobacco, firearms, drugs, endangering children, exposing them to pornography or selling pornography to them. But in the virtual space, kids are subjected to this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. Indeed, so many schools have gone to no phones bell-to-bell policies because of the cyberbullying that takes place. And you go talk to a principal, they will tell you most of the behavior issues they have in the school emanate from things that have happened in that virtual space. We think it's imperative that we pass the Kids Online Safety Act and that we put provisions in place to protect children in the virtual space. These chat bots that are coming out so much now that are carrying on sexual and sensual conversations. You've even got toys. I did a letter to toy manufacturers yesterday. Toys that are AI toys. They're teddy bears and dolls and different toys, and they carry on conversations with the children, and they have found that some of these are programmed and move the child further in the conversation into sensual and sexual conversations. We know that Meta has an issue with the metaverse and with the avatars. When that avatar that a child has created is attacked, then they have the same physiological response that they would have if they were being physically attacked. And we know also with Meta that new court filings have revealed that sex trafficking on Meta's platforms is difficult to report, and it is widely tolerated by Meta. And now we have learned that the company has a 17-strike policy. So they're able to program their AI, and they keep the record of the strikes. And once you have tried to sex traffic somebody or any group of individuals 16 times, they let you get by with it. And then on the 17th time, they catch you putting up sex trafficking on Instagram, on Facebook, on WhatsApp. Then they'll step in and shut you down. But by this time, you have sex trafficked 16 women
Wait,
and
so
kids.
it's a 16 strikes and you're out policy? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, on the 17th strike.
No,
I mean,
that's not good enough.
These social media platforms will not regulate themselves. This is a problem. This is why we need to pass the Kids Online Safety Act. It is why we passed it out of the Senate last year, 91-3. We are waiting for the House to take their action. We do have some in the House that continue to say, well, it's a free speech issue. And as I have told them, I've said, look, if it's a free speech issue, you would not have a single law that says you cannot sell alcohol to minor kids. There's a reason we call them a minor. And if you had a liquor store and you were selling to minors, the sheriff would come over, they would padlock it, they would haul you down to the jail, they would fingerprint you, they would charge you, and it would be a very difficult time for you to get your business back open.
What's your response to people who might be saying, well, this is a parent's responsibility and not necessarily the responsibility of the business? What's your response?
And that is why we have laws in our country to protect children. They are minors. That is why they cannot get a driver's license until they're 16. They, of course, do that with parental involvement. It is why they cannot go buy alcohol. It's why they can't go buy tobacco. It is why they cannot enter into contracts. They are a minor, and we as a society have said you cannot endanger children. You cannot expose children to adverse activity. You can't expose them to pornography. You cannot sell them pornography. But on the internet, in the virtual space, they are consistently exposed to it. And what I hear from parents is they spend all this time, trying to work with their children, trying to do settings, but until you pass the Kids Online Safety Act and have safety by design, it is difficult to do. This morning I had a hearing on sextortion, which is reaching an epidemic in our country, and it primarily affects young men. And we heard from the FBI and from NCMEC and from a mom whose son was sextorted. Happy guy, great high school career going, thought he was having a conversation with a girl on Instagram. It turns out that it was a sex trafficker. He starts getting pummeled by them, sent a picture of himself and thinking he was sending it to this girl. Within 24 hours, the child was dead. He was dead. And the testimony from that mom is so powerful. But see, Matt, what they're doing is they target a kid, like a 15, 16-year-old, and somebody posing as a girl starts grooming them so that they're comfortable with this person. And then they go into this attack mode on them, trying to get money out of them, saying they're going to send these pictures to their family, or they're coming after the family. They're going to make these pictures public. And then they start telling the kid, your life is over. You are ruined. And the kid takes their life. And this is not just a once or twice. We are hearing from so many parents. I am hearing from parents in Tennessee about this. I'm hearing from parents who have good kids and they met some drug dealer online. And then they buy something, and it's something like kratom or fentanyl, and they're they're hooked or they're dead, and we have to put some guardrails in place in the virtual space so that these parents have a recourse when their children are harmed or when their children are killed. We have to have safety and safety by design on these websites, so that these websites are going after the bad actors.
Right.
See, Meta should shut these sex traffickers down the minute they find
out about them, and certainly not wait. I mean, no, it's a ridiculous system that they've got right now. So it's the Kids Online Safety Act. I think it overwhelmingly passed the Senate last year, and you have a veto-proof majority in it this year. I mean, what's the holdup? Do you think you've got support in the House? I mean, this seems like a no-brainer, Senator.
I met with some of the House and the Energy and Commerce Committee where it'll come out. I met with the chairman last week, and I think we're going to get it out of the House, and then I think we'll be able to go ahead and move it through the Senate so that we get into conference on this and get this to President Trump's desk.
Well, this is one of the, we always talk about, hey, why can't folks in Washington, D.C. get along? Why can't they agree on certain – I mean, this seems like a piece of legislation that everyone should be able to get behind regardless of political party, because you're right, Senator. We expect businesses will ID people when they go in to buy beer, and they need to be making sure that they understand that they're dealing with people of the age of majority online as well, which is just the simplest way that I can understand the piece of legislation. And I love that you're trying to protect the most vulnerable among us. Thank you for doing that for us.
You got that. Happy to do it.
Well, thank you, Senator. It's always good to catch up with you.
Take care.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. There's Senator Marsha Blackburn joining us for 10 good minutes on the Kids Online Safety Act. Look, I can address some of the concerns that I might have with regard to government overreach in the online space. Bottom line is this, though. Brick-and-mortar businesses have an obligation to make sure they're not selling products that should be for mature consumers to kids. Online spaces need to have the same protections for our young people. It is 57 after the hour. I'm very late, Louie. I apologize. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, friends, it's Matt Murphy. Ken Weaver and I are having a great time out at Toy Field this afternoon, and we invite you to come and be a part of it. And I'm also enjoying telling you about my friends at Accurate Mortgage. Folks, there was a time there where mortgage rates were kind of crazy and housing prices were kind of crazy. Well, I can tell you from personal experience, because I'm in the process of buying a house right as we speak. And there was only one group that I was going to call. It was Mike and his team at Accurate Mortgage. I love these folks. I've talked good about them for years, and now I'm using them to guide me through this crazy market for my home purchase, and I invite you to do the same. If you're thinking of refinance and maybe you can get a similar rate, maybe you can get a better rate, even though some rates may be higher on your current mortgage. How about this? A cash-out refi may be able to save you money every month by getting rid of higher interest rate consumer debt. Don't lose your savings in your wallet to the interest rate in your head. There are real-life examples that they can tell you about. But now the market is shifting, folks, and if you're looking to purchase a home right now, home prices are going down, and that's a great thing. Accurate Mortgage can assist you in any and all of your needs. Accurate Mortgage, NMLS 129944, rates and terms subject to change, equal housing lender. Online, Accurate Mortgage is found at AccurateMTG.com. That's AccurateMTG.com.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. And right now in Kentucky, reports say one person is dead and a suspect is in custody. This is after a shooting on Kentucky State University's campus. Police say a university official confirming that, WKYT confirming that the shooting happened in the area of South Campus. Frankfort police report, again, a suspect is in custody, but the school is still on lockdown until further notice. Again, one person confirmed dead, and then a suspected shooter is in custody there at KSU. Here in Nashville, judges are calling for heightened security after a social media post by Congressman Andy Ogles. Ogles posted photos of local judges and urged the state to, quote, send the guard to Nashville. He was referencing a case where a man was arrested in connection with sexually assaulting an unconscious woman near a church in the Woodbine neighborhood in August. Ogles' post alleged the suspect had been arrested over a dozen times, but every case was dismissed. The judges claim Ogles' language incites violence. Security already increased there at the A.A. Birch Courthouse, with more deputies stationed outside. Metro Nashville's school board meets tonight to consider a new security plan. This proposal calls for a 5-year contract with Serva LLC to provide armed and unarmed officers when extra support is needed. The agreement would cap spending at $500,000 over 5 years, funded through the school district's operating budget and federal grants. The FDA is reviewing the safety of 2 RSV drugs for infants, Beyfortus from Sanofi and Influenzia from Merck. Both treatments have been widely used to prevent severe respiratory illness in babies. The review comes as Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pushes for closer scrutiny of childhood immunizations. So far, no safety issues have been confirmed. Experts stress these drugs have significantly reduced hospitalizations. Crowdsourcing for groceries. It's been happening in 2025. Usually when people turn to GoFundMe, it's for medical emergency, or maybe they're trying to start a new business. But according to the platform's annual report, there's been a 20% increase in fundraisers for basic needs like food and housing. And a time when affordability seems to be the word of the year, one of the fastest growing categories in 2025, according to the platform, was, quote, monthly bills. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Hey, friends, Matt Murphy here for Nashville Flight Training. Let me tell you something, friends. This is a very exciting opportunity. If you have ever thought about getting in the air over the skies of Nashville, now's the time to get it done. Tennessee Flight Training can make that happen for you. If you're looking to find that perfect Christmas gift for the adventurer in your life, what about an introductory flight experience from Tennessee Flight Training? Whether your special someone dreams of becoming a professional pilot or they're looking to fulfill a bucket list, Tennessee Flight Training can get it done. I absolutely love it. And, folks, I got a chance to do it. I didn't know how I'd react. I think I was in a Cessna 172. This was such a great experience. Went to Nashville, B&A Airport. You can go to Murray County Regional or Shelbyville Municipal Airports as well. Step inside of the aircraft, and you can learn to fly on your very first day. As a matter of fact, my instructor, Justin was his name, he let me take over the controls the very first time I went up in an aircraft, which is a pretty daunting experience. But listen, help yourself or your loved one jumpstart a new career in this high-demand, high-paying profession. Folks, we need pilots. You can save $100 when you purchase an introductory flight experience before December 24th. Book their next adventure at tnflighttraining.com. That's tnflighttraining.com or call 615-366-9192, 366-9192. Call today to Tennessee Flight Training.
Complete stop-and-go traffic north and southbound 65 between the South Loop and 440. Same goes for eastbound 440 over to 24. And then that's no picnic either. It's actually a parking lot if you continue on 24 eastbound. Got some crashes in the way, too. Just picked one up. This is going to be 24 eastbound past Briley Parkway South. In Madison, a crash 65 northbound at Old Hickory Boulevard. Cedar Hill in Robertson County, we got a crash now 24 eastbound before Maxey Road. And in Brentwood, Highway Patrol reporting a crash 65 southbound as you're approaching Concord Road. I'm Ken Weaver.
Temperatures.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It is about 10 past 4 o'clock and a good afternoon. Welcome in. The sun is slowly fading in the west, and we are live at Nissan Stadium. Happy to be here on the south end of Nissan Stadium between gates 8 and 9. We are doing this for Toy Field. We're doing this for the children in the Nashville and the Middle Tennessee communities and the seniors. We'll talk about those folks as well coming up in just a couple of minutes. But we want to remind you that there's plenty of time for you to get to the store, buy a toy or 2 or 4 or 8 or 10, and bring them on out to the 18th Annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith and Wayne's Pest Control. It's happening all day today. Started early this morning at 5 a.m. with Dan Manis and Nashville's Morning News. Chris Hand was out here. Chad Benson was out here. I'm leery of the fact that I'm about to have to sneeze, so if I pause for a moment, Ken Weaver's got to take over because I might have to sneeze any second now, Ken.
Just come on and bring whatever gift you can find.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's real easy to get here.
Yeah?
You just come right off 24
Yeah.
over here, slide over to gate 8 and 9, and you just pull up in the parking lot here, and we got folks who will empty your car for you.
Yeah,
You
they'll
don't
take
even
them
have
for
to get out if you don't want, but we'd appreciate you coming in and saying hello.
Yeah, we'd love to see you. I think they have hot cocoa.
They do have hot cocoa.
Yeah, have you made that hot cocoa run yet?
I have, and that's why I have to make another run here in a moment.
I love that. Ken Weaver's out. That is reason enough for you to go by the store and buy a toy and come by. I mean, you know, Jackson Williams is here, and Action Jackson, he would love for you to love on him a little bit and give him a little hug. I mean, Jackson, I think, needs a hug. He's been here since, I think, sometime last night he got in
to
provide overnight security.
Half past stupid.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of half past 2, but I think you hit the wrong button there, Jackson.
No, I hit the right one. I just didn't.
Didn't turn it up enough?
Yeah, didn't turn it up enough. What's up, boys?
How's it going, man?
I'm struggling. I think my
a-
last brain cell's holding on for dear life. and
Here's
it's fighting a losing battle.
Here's how I know Jackson's struggling.
How's that?
I said, Jackson, I got you a monster. Okay. I was like, all right, Jackson, do you want the monster? No, I don't. Okay. And then 3 minutes later, Murphy, I'm going to need that monster. And then 2 minutes later, I don't need a monster, Murphy. I've already had Red Bulls. I don't need another one. I won't be able to sleep.
I will be sleeping at 7 o'clock. I might sleep in the parking lot.
Just go ahead and take you a little nappy nap.
Yeah.
In the parking lot. We got we are almost, I would say we are certainly 2/3 full.
We are 2/3 full, and we just had a big old bunch come in.
We did over there in the corner. Look at that big old bear.
Yeah,
over there.
Big old teddy bear.
Big old teddy bear looks like Jackson Williams over there.
Yeah, it does.
That's Y2J over there in the corner.
It looks like it's Vols orange.
Yeah, you know, I can see that. I can see it. I try not to see it, but I'll see it. I'll allow it. So Weaver's out, Murphy's out, Jackson's out, the entire crew. I mean, we got our brother station over there, 104.5 The Zone and 3HL. They're over in the corner. We're over in this corner. We're trying to out-yell one another. I think it'd be a fair fight between Slay and I.
Yeah.
The yelling fight? Yeah, I think so.
I was getting ready to say he's a little bit taller than you.
Oh, no, I don't want – I'd run from him.
Yeah.
But I'll yell at him.
Yeah.
I think I could yell better than him, but I think he could dunk better than me. I think.
As things
he was
go.
only the, SEC Player of the Year?
That's
Yes,
all.
Yeah, that's
SEC
all.
Player of the Year.
Played professionally, 15 years?
Yeah.
Wasn't he Mr.
Yeah.
Basketball, too?
Oh, yeah. He was all those things.
Yeah.
He was all those things. I was Mr. Loudmouth in school. So I got that going for me, which is nice. We've got a lot of things going on. Look, I want to talk to you a little more about this silly organization. And I'm trying to find out more about this organization. And, folks, there is some intentional confusion and intentional subterfuge going on. And I hate the idea of big-time, big-money people trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the average folks here in Nashville. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I hate it with every fiber of my being, and I'm going to do everything in my power to expose that sort of thing, no matter who these people are. Wherever the chips fall, it needs to be exposed. And here is what I would suggest is going on. Now, I'm gonna offer you the story without comment, and then I'm going to give you a bit of background on it, okay? And every media outlet in Nashville, Tennessee, Fox 17, News Channel 2, what's the other one? News Channel 5. What's Channel 2? What do they call themselves? I don't know. Channel 2.
ABC.
Yeah, that's ABC. That and then WSMV, Channel 4, All of them have basically the same story. These stories are being filtered to them, pushed to them by money people. And the money people, I would suggest to you as I connect the dots, well, the money person is John Ingram, the owner of the Nashville Soccer Club, the owner of Geodis Park, who wants the property that's currently occupied by the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Now, whether you like the Fairgrounds Speedway or not, whether you care anything at all about auto racing or not, you should not like big millionaires pushing the little guys around and pushing the city of Nashville around for their own purposes. And their purpose is to take over the property that's currently legally chartered to be the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Now, here's the story. And I'm just going to read it without comment. A local coalition filed a petition Monday seeking to halt the expansion of the Speedway at the Nashville Fairgrounds, hoping to let voters decide the future of the controversial project. All right, I have to comment. Is this a controversial project? The Fair Board already approved the project. It is of no taxpayer cost. The people of Nashville, Tennessee voted on this issue like 14 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. And they overwhelmingly voted not only to keep this Fairgrounds Speedway as it was, but to make sure that there would always be racing on that space, because there always has been racing on that space. There is really no debate here except that John Ingram has tried to create an AstroTurf movement against this project. The only people that I have heard with legitimate complaints are people that are worried that the noise will get louder if we revitalize the Fairgrounds Speedway. And as a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. The noise will be abated by 50% or more. In other words, the noise will go down for the race weekends that are there. Currently, there are 9 race weekends. Every other year, there will be a 10th race weekend, and NASCAR will come into town and bring a lot of money with it. So there's really no debate here except that John Ingram wants the property. And sadly, the media outlet, I'm sorry, folks, these television outlets are just being lazy, because this isn't really an expansion of the Speedway. It is a tear down and rebuild. There will be no expansion of any Speedway. And the voters have already decided on this project, and I don't believe the project is particularly that controversial. Anyway, the debate over bringing NASCAR back to Nashville while expanding the current Speedway has continued for over a decade. Mike Kopp, a member of the coalition Restore Our Fairgrounds, says, "We've got so many communities across the city that are now concerned about this with us." Metro Council members approved a change to the Metro Charter in 2010 that added protections to certain events at the Nashville Fairgrounds, making auto racing mandatory on the property, because it was originally designed to be mandatory on the property, folks. So the very name of this organization that I can't find anything about online, Restore the Fairgrounds. The Fairgrounds has always had racing there. They started with horse racing in 1904. Since there has been a fairgrounds, there has been racing on the fairgrounds property. And it converted from horse racing to auto racing over the years. And I think starting in the 1940s, NASCAR was there until 1984. But there has been racing there, community racing there from 1984 till today. Till this moment, right? So this organization called Restore the Fairgrounds to what? There's always been racing at the fairgrounds. What are you trying to restore the fairgrounds to? So you're intentionally being confusing. Secondarily, there are multiple organizations that are already in existence in favor of the Speedway renovation called, I'm looking at one right now, Restore Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. You can go to RestoreNashvilleFairgroundsSpeedway.com, and you can see that this is a group supporting the renovation of the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Not the expansion. There's no footprint expansion. The renovation of the property. And, oh, by the way, the renovation will cost the city $0. It will be an influx of $130 million of project, and currently, the city's paying up to $10 million a year to keep that property up, and Bristol Motor Speedway is going to keep that up. once again, it is an absolute no-brainer. It involves no tax burden. It involves additional parking. It involves a noise reduction in sound. And the Fairground Speedway people have already said that they were willing to work with Geodis Park and the soccer club to make sure that they don't have conflicting dates and to make sure that they are running not against one another but in concert with one another to make sure that the parking situation doesn't get out of hand or whatever by having two events on conflicting weekends. So this new organization seems to be intentionally attempting to confuse people with its name. Secondarily, I can't find anything about this organization online at all. Restore the Fairgrounds. Now, you tell me how this works. So an organization that I can't find anything about online called Restore the Fairgrounds, this quote-unquote coalition of which Mike Kopp is a member. I saw a story about this last night on WSMV Channel 4, and if anyone from WSMV Channel 4 is listening, you might want to listen up because your reporter did a story where he interviewed this guy and never named him. There was never once in the story that he called him out by name. There was never once in the story where he told us who this dude was or what he was about. They said that he was a part of the organization Restore the Fairgrounds, but they never named him. And I watched the story 3 different times trying to get the guy's name because I wanted to get him on the radio show to talk with him. Well, I had to go online to find the name of the guy that was on the television program on WSMV Channel 4's newscast last night. His name's Mike Kopp. Now, if you look up Mike Kopp, Restore the Fairgrounds, you can't find anything online. Nothing. There's no footprint from these people. Why is that? Why? They don't have a website up? And I couldn't find anything, a cursory glance of Facebook. I couldn't even find a Facebook page for them. Let's look again. Let's look together. Facebook. Go over to Facebook.com. And, of course, the Internet isn't working, so that's good. No, we go to Restore the Fairgrounds. And let's see what we find. Or Restore Our Fairgrounds is what it's called. Our Fairgrounds. Is there even a Facebook page? No. There's a news story from News Channel 5. There's another news story. There's a Fairgrounds Heritage Preservation Group that is interested in keeping the Speedway there. Nothing. So there is no footprint for this organization. Might I suggest to you, using the brain that God gave me in my life experience, that this is John Ingram trying to astroturf some sort of quote-unquote movement in an effort to bully the Metro Council into delaying this decision. They are trying to play the long game to push Bristol Motor Speedway out of the picture so that John Ingram can use his millions of dollars that he's holding over the Metro Council. It's my understanding that he's holding $2 million that he says he'll give to quote-unquote affordable housing if the Metro Council plays ball with him. And so they want to change the charter from auto racing to affordable housing. And here's how this is going to go down, folks. I can smell this like a fart in a car. They're going to claim that they're using this property for affordable housing. John Ingram, in turn, is going to hand them millions of dollars in exchange for the property. And they'll claim, oh, well, that's the same thing. He gave us money to use for affordable housing, so it's the same thing as using the property for affordable housing. Y'all with me so far? It is all a long game play for Ingram to use his millions of dollars to do what he said he was never going to do when he built Geodis Park in the first place, and that is take over Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. John Ingram lied to the people of Nashville, Tennessee when he said he had no interest in that property. He lied to the people of Nashville, Tennessee when he said he supported racing of that property. All he wants is that property. And everyone on the Metro Council knows it, and Freddie O'Connell knows it, and they're all chicken you-know-what because they won't stand up to this multimillionaire who's trying to bully the city of Nashville out of one of its prized possessions, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, which has been around since 1904. Am I the only one mad about this? Am I the only one upset about this? 615-737-9986. 615-737-WWTN. It's Matt Murphy live at Toy Field, 24 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Friends, it's Matt Murphy for the Wellness Institute of Nashville. PainIsBad.com. That's the website. That's a pretty good website, isn't it? PainIsBad.com. Look, if you have back pain, neck pain, knee pain, hip pain, sciatica, bulging slip discs, herniated discs, and the like, you need relief. And you understand it, folks, better than me. I know this. I was in pain in my lower back for a long, long time, and my lower back hurt, and then I went to the Wellness Institute of Nashville, and I don't hurt anymore. Thank you to Dr. Ashley, Dr. Mitchell, and the rest of the crew at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Go 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009, or PainIsBad.com and ask about the Big Daddy Trump special. That's $12 for a comprehensive examination, diagnosis, and your first treatment. It's the Wellness Institute of Nashville.
4:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. Right now in Kentucky, Kentucky State University on lockdown this evening after a shooting on the South Campus earlier today. According to the Associated Press, one person has died, another's in critical condition following the incident. Authorities say one person is in custody, with law enforcement maintaining a secure presence on campus. An ongoing investigation continues as officials gather details and prepare to release further updates there about this shooting today at Kentucky State University. Here in Nashville, Davidson County judges say they feel threatened after Congressman Andy Ogles posted what they think are inflammatory comments online. In a Facebook post, Congressman Ogles called for impeaching judges and deploying the National Guard to Nashville in reference to an accused rapist who had been arrested multiple times, but then arrested for yet another sexual crime right in front of everybody downtown. The courthouse has added extra security, including more deputies and safety upgrades. Officials have warned the governor that Tennessee must not become the site of a preventable tragedy. And whenever I say that crime was downtown, it was a woman who was sexually assaulted on some church steps in August. Federal health officials are taking a closer look at 2 RSV prevention drugs for babies. The FDA says it's reviewing safety data on Beyfortus and Enflonsia, even though millions of doses have been given worldwide without major concerns. The move follows broader vaccine reviews under Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Pediatric experts are warning the scrutiny could undermine confidence in life-saving treatments. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. All right, 24 eastbound in Laverne. We've got a crash at Old Hickory Boulevard South. In Madison, 65 northbound at Old Hickory Boulevard. And in Glencliff, a crash. Right shoulder block, 24 eastbound past Briley Parkway. It is complete stop and go if you are northbound 65 up to the South Loop. Same goes for eastbound South Loop over to 65. And looking at this over here, westbound to 40, just past 440, that's complete stop and go too. I'm Ken Weaver.
It's Matt Murphy. The Tennessee Men's Clinic is here for you. Gentlemen, I understand it's a private conversation that you need to have with a qualified urologist of Tennessee Men's Clinic, but they make it so easy, so convenient. It's discreet, it's professional, and you need this. Men, if you've noticed that you have all of the want to, but maybe not anymore the can do when it comes to intimate activities in the bedroom, it's not 1975, boys. You just don't have to pack it up and call it a day. You can get to Tennessee Men's Clinic and get this situation solved right now. They've got solutions for you. They are always tailored for you and your needs, but most often it involves testosterone and testosterone loss as we age. They can repair that in 2025 and get you back in the game, men, and 3 locations to do this. One's in Cool Springs, the OG location in Midtown Nashville, and, of course, the brand new spot up in Clarksville. Find out more by calling them at 615-208-9090, 208-9090, or online at TennesseeMen'sClinic.com. TennesseeMen'sClinic.com. Get back in the game, man, with Tennessee Men's Clinic. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. We are pleased as the sun slowly sets to be a part of the 18th annual Toy Field. It's our annual toy drive benefiting the Salvation Army Forgotten Angels program. And listen, folks, this field has not gotten nearly – did you find it?
I found it.
What is it under?
It was on News Channel 5's website, their story.
What's that website?
On the fairgrounds. Let me go back here.
Restore.
It says the group Restore Our Fairgrounds submitted a petition. Then I clicked on petition in the story, and that brings up Restore Our Fairgrounds. Priorities, get involved,
.org.
newsroom, background. Yeah,
Okay.
.org.
All right, well, I'm going to go to that. All right, I'm going to that because I want to see more about it. I want you to call. I mean, is anyone else willing to put in a modicum of effort? I'll lead the effort if I need to. I don't want to. I would love it if there were other organizations. It feels to me, and this is what feels to me like's going on, like the people at Bristol Motor Speedway and their parent organization, I always forget the name of the parent organization, but they own racetracks around the country. They have offered Nashville everything on a silver platter. They've offered them a $130 million restoration project. They've offered them that they will take care of the facility on an annual basis. There's no obligation to the city. There's no tax burden to the city. Right now, there's a tax burden going on. They've offered everything to the city, and they're trying to play nice. They just want the city to say yes. And the benefit, the economic benefit alone of having all of this coming out is insane in terms of the monetary impact. Plus, it will continue to build out that Wedgwood, Houston area. It will continue to build out that area in and around Geodis Park. And the only entity that is truly against – I mean, there are a few people in the neighborhood that don't like the sound. Well, guess what existed before those people were there? The racetrack. They knew it's like moving to a golf course and then complaining about golf balls. Well, what did you think would be on a golf course? Right? I mean, seriously.
You're right.
I mean, so they moved to a neighborhood where there was a racetrack, and now they're mad about the racetrack. The racetrack's been there since 1904, y'all. There's been motorized auto racing on that track since I don't know when. Bottom line is this. I feel like, as I've watched this issue, and I talked about this in the spring of 2022 with a good friend of the show, Norm Parton. And Norm is a longtime supporter of racing. He's a longtime supporter of the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. And Norm, Bristol Motor Speedway, Jerry Caldwell, all of the rest of the people involved in this, I don't fault them for the way that they're acting, but they're playing nice. They're playing nice with the idea that if we're nice to the city will be nice to us. If we play fair and offer them this sweetheart deal, they're going to come back and they're going to agree to it because it's mutually beneficial. What they don't understand is that there are underhanded people that are throwing rocks and hiding their hands. They're hiding in the shadows. They're not willing to come out and state their real purpose for what they want and why they want it, and they are not playing nice. And it's about time that we pushed back on the city council, that we pushed back on the mayor's office and said, what do you want for our city? I mean, this is an institution. I mean, you can say that the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, I mean, I'm not here to tell you that it's the Parthenon, but it's been around almost as long. I'm not here to tell you that it's the Ryman Auditorium, but it's been around almost as long. I'm not here to tell you that this is Opryland, but it was around a long time before Opryland, and it's still here. And you know what? It'll become a parking lot, or it will become a condo. And I've seen this before, and this, if you notice my passion on this issue, there's a couple of reasons for my passion. One, it's a rich, fat cat that wants to do his own thing, and they're lying to the people of the city in order to get that. That's number one. Number two, I've seen this before, y'all. And y'all have seen it before, too, where a city loses something that is unique to the city, that cannot be replaced, and then years from now, people will drive by those condos and go, man, oh, man, you know, remember when Bristol Motor Speedway was going to rebuild that and turn it into something special that's unique to Nashville, that Nashville's had since 1904? We don't have it anymore, but aren't those condos like every other condo I've ever seen? Wish we could go back and change it. Now's the time. We got to and I compared it yesterday to the property tax increases. We tried to sound the alarm, and Americans for Prosperity tried as well. The No Tax Nashville group, Ben Cunningham's group. I think I'm screwing up the name of his organization. He tried as well. The Davidson County GOP, under the tutelage of Jason Weekly, they did their best to get the message out that your property taxes were going up again unless you said something. And we went out, and I was there at the mayor's speech. I was there at the city council meeting. Others were there at the city council meeting, and there just weren't enough people. And now that the tax bills are coming in, I'm hearing from far more people. I'm hearing from people on email and on text message and on the text on super text. They're like, what is this going on with our property taxes? What's happening here? It's like, well, that ship sailed, man. That is, it's too late. Nothing we can do about it now. But there is something that you can do about this. And that is where my passion is on this. That once you lose it, it's gone forever. It is unique to the fabric of this city. It reminds me a little bit of the Ernest Tubb Museum, the Ernest Tubb Record Shop, right? And while we salvaged some of that, not all of it was salvaged, but they were about to turn that into just another bar on Broadway. And it took an uprising of people to say, no, that is something that is a part of the fabric of this community that we don't want to lose. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I would hope that there's more frustration and anger about it. I hope that frustration and anger builds to the point that you reject this AstroTurf organization that is funded by John. I mean, I'm telling you, folks, I don't have the receipts. I admit that, but I know in my guts this is exactly what's going on, because every single time I talk to anybody that's against the restoration of the fairgrounds, against the infusion of the money, against the Bristol Motor Speedway plan, it all goes back to John Ingram. And I guarantee you this Restore Our Fairgrounds organization, which, by the way, no clue what that means, because the fairgrounds always had racing on the fairgrounds property. Always. Horse racing, auto racing. Billy is next up in Franklin, I believe it is. Hey, Billy, glad you called the Matt Murphy Show. We're live from Toy Field. What's going on, brother?
Not much. I got a call earlier about the AI bill. Why can't they just let parents do their jobs instead of taking them away from us?
Are you talking about Marsha Blackburn's bill?
Yes, sir, because I had dinner with her back in '03 when I was stationed up at Fort Campbell, and everyone asked me what I thought of politicians, and I told her point blank what I thought. And everyone busted out laughing, and she got red in the face.
Okay, Bill.
Politicians are either stealing lollipops or kissing babies.
Do you vote, Billy?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Mm-hmm. Why do you do that?
Because it's my right.
Well, no, I mean, if your position is that all politicians are the same, I was just curious if you voted.
Yes, sir, I vote, but every politician I've ever met, they're either lying or stealing from us.
All of them?
And I've met a lot.
I mean,
of them.
you're not going to get me to defend politicians, Billy, but I don't know that all of them.
20 of them.
Yeah.
I met about 20 of them.
Well, I don't know that I'd vote for that anymore.
Oh, sir. Hey, thank you for letting me voice my
Well,
opinion.
Billy, I appreciate your call, brother. I understand that. Thank you, Billy, for the call. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Here goes Billy on line one. Billy, look, man, I think it is – I don't begrudge anyone their frustration with the political world as it exists. But I also think, the day that I give up to the point that I think that there's not a way to affect change, I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to walk across the street and talk about sports for a living or talk about, toaster repair or, talk about gardening. That'd be a lot more fun. honestly. Talk about little groundhogs. What? What are you looking at me that way for? I mean, it's true. I mean, because at some point, if you're just spinning your wheels, if you're just talking to hear yourself talk, if you don't believe that you can affect change in the nature of what we do on a day-to-day basis, then what are we even doing here? So, but Billy, I understand the frustration. Now, on the AI front, here's the deal. I don't think it's AI so much. It's online resources and the ability for young people within their homes to gain access to some of these online resources without barriers being in place to make sure that these resources know that the people that they're dealing with are of the age of majority. So parents obviously have a responsibility here. And I admit to you, I've not read the legislation. I need to read the legislation because I want to know exactly and specifically what it does. According to Senator Marsha Blackburn and many of her fellow senators and congresspeople, this would place more onus on the operator of the online system to verify the age of the individual that online operator is dealing with. What many of these online folks say, like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, is, look, we're just a platform. We don't have anything to do with what people are doing in their individual pages and in their individual spaces, nor should we have any responsibility to tell parents how they should monitor their children within their homes. Marsha believes that it's more akin to the online sale of alcohol, for example. If you sell alcohol, you're allowed to sell alcohol online, and many states allow that to happen. I don't know what the rules are in the state of Tennessee because I've never tried to buy any. But if you try to buy alcohol online, you will be expected to verify your age. And it is on the business, the online business, just as it would be on the brick and mortar business to verify age. And if the government determines that you're not doing that, or if you haven't done that, they're going to come after the business. Marsha wants to place the same types of regulation, different industry, but the same type of risk, according to her, for youngsters. I understand her position that there is a government role in this. I just want the lightest touch that government can possibly offer, because I know what happens if we allow the heavy hand of government to descend upon the internet, and that is going to involve government control of the internet. And there's a danger there, boy. Because when the government gets control over something, it runs it, it manages it, it limits it, it restricts it, and freedom is out the window, boy. Just out the window. James, I see you there. We'll get to you in a moment, but it is 10 minutes until 5 o'clock. It's time. What are you giving me? You gave me the finger. Why are you giving me the finger, Jackson? Jackson just gave me the finger.
He gave you a finger.
Oh, no.
That's the finger.
That first one, that was just a finger. But that last one, that was the finger. Comma, Weaver Ken. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We'll be back in a moment. Stand by. So I paid a visit to Contours LLC earlier today. Absolutely love my visits to Contours. It was my fourth visit to enjoy the red light technology that's the perfect solution to get rid of stubborn fat that keeps us from looking our best. Listen, friends. I saw a photograph of myself at this event last year, at Toy Field last year. You know, one of those things popped up on Facebook, and I was a heavier fella back then. I've lost about 30 pounds, and I'm proud of that. But, man, at 52 years old, it's hard to get those love handles off. It's hard to get some of that other weight and some of the other spaces off. Guys and gals, y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, they're running a special through the end of the year called the Murph. A lot of people have taken advantage of the Murph, where you get a package of belly buster treatments, and you can use them by the end of the year, and you can can also get a maintenance treatment every month, January, February, and March, at 20% off their usual prices. In fact, they let you come in and try all of this for $99 on your first visit. So you know exactly what you're doing, exactly how it works. It is pain-free, it is effective, it is non-invasive, and I am a testimony to the fact that it works. I lost 2.67 inches in my midsection the first treatment alone. Now, if you want the Murph, ask for the Murph. If you're looking for a more feminine option, ask for the Mandis. Call today, 615-236-9960. 615, don't make me laugh, Ken, 236-9960, or find them online at ContoursLLC.com. I'm killing
Campus lockdown at Kentucky State University, and a Tennessee congressman's social media post scares some Nashville judges. These stories and more coming up at 5 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Ken Weaver is a professional, brother. You are a pro. Because Jackson and I are here yapping. Louie, thank you for everything you're doing back at home base. Because I don't know what's going. So Jackson and I are yapping. Ken's trying to do his job and tell people what's going on in the news. And Jackson, who is ever supportive.
Yes, sir.
Of your humble host.
Yes, sir.
Matt Murphy.
And the Georgia Bulldogs.
No, Ken,
let's not be
not
crazy.
do that.
Let's not turn it that way.
I remember a September show where I said, and I quote, beat them all.
So as Ken's trying to get ready to do his news tease, Jackson looks at me and says, "You're killing it, bud." And as Louie brings our mics up so Ken can do his news feed, I'm like, "Killing what? The radio station?" Yeah, that's probably about right.
And then we're giggling all the way through
so
his tease.
we're giggling through Ken's news tease, and he's a pro.
Well, thank you, boys. I
He's
appreciate
Ken
it.
Weaver.
I'm Ken Weaver.
Dang right he is. Dang right he is. The lights are lovely under the tent,
They are.
aren't they? Aren't they nice?
Very nice.
As the sun slowly sets in the west, the lights come up over Toy Field, and you're invited to come on out and say hello to us. Don't let the dark stop you. Maybe we're 3/4 full, maybe.
I think we're 3/4
Three-quarters full?
Yes, sir.
But we still there's a lot of green grass I'm looking at. We need to cover every bit of that green grass with toys.
I got a foot on the green grass. You need to hit my foot.
That's no good. Yeah, and
Here comes somebody with a big old box.
Oh, I love seeing that. What is that?
I don't know.
That looks like that's a big old bicycle right there. There you go. That's what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're talking about. So you can come out to see us. We're right on the south side of Nissan Stadium. We're looking at the pedestrian bridge. We're looking at Shelby Avenue. We're on that side. And if you go in the construction entrance, you'll know it. Don't do that. You'll see the signs that say Toy Field. You come around to us. You can drop your toys off in the lot. We've got folks out there that'll bring them right to the Toy Field. Or you can come and see us. We got refreshments and whatnot. We got news coming up with Ken Weaver at 5 o'clock. We got nincompoops in the news coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. And we'd love to see you. 2 more hours to go at Toy Field, the 18th annual benefiting the Salvation Army Forgotten Angels program, brought to you by our friends at A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent and Awning. It's news time on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. A campus lockdown at Kentucky State University remains in effect following a shooting this afternoon. Police report 1 fatality, 1 critical injury in the incident. Unfolded around 3:35 p.m. local time. A suspect has been arrested and authorities say the scene is now secure. University leaders asking the community for patience as they await more information. A Tennessee congressman's social media post has prompted a security crackdown at Nashville's courthouse. The post referenced a case where a man was arrested in connection with sexually assaulting an unconscious woman near a church in the Woodbine neighborhood in August. Well, Congressman Andy Ogle's post alleged that suspect had been arrested over a dozen times, but every case was dismissed. The judges say Ogle's comments, which included photos of them and calls for impeachment, were dangerous and inflammatory. Security now tightened at the A.A. Birch building with additional deputies on site. A new petition could put the future of the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway in voters' hands. Restore our fairgrounds wants racing removed from the Metro Charter, clearing the way for redevelopment. They say the property could better serve Nashville with housing and public spaces. The proposal could reach the ballot in November 2026 if supporters gather enough signatures. They say they need about 50 to 60,000 of them. 2 competing proposals to deal with the increasing cost of health insurance exchange plans are now on offer in the U.S. Senate, with votes expected on Thursday. Neither is expected to achieve the 60 votes necessary to pass. The Republican proposal now emerging in the Senate would inject federal dollars into health savings accounts, money which people on the exchanges could then use to offset the cost of high deductible plans. Well, the top Democrat in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, He is pushing a 3-year extension of expiring Obamacare subsidies, a plan that Republicans will block. And a district judge has greenlit the release of grand jury materials related to Ghislaine Maxwell's case. She was the associate of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence. A judge had previously denied this and says in this order that because of the act that was passed in Congress, that those files can now be released. Again, it's not clear whether this will really reveal any new information that hasn't already been made public. And the FDA has launched a safety review of 2 RSV drugs for infants amid growing debate over immunizations. Beyfortus and Influenza are credited with cutting hospitalizations by more than 50% in newborns during RSV season. Manufacturers say the medicines are safe, backed by what they call extensive studies and global use. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. All right, Woodbine, we got a crash blocking the left lane, 24 westbound before I-440, then 24 eastbound before Maxey Road in Robertson County. There's a crash right there at exit 19. Williamson County got a crash in Brentwood, 65 southbound approaching Concord Road. Hermitage, Lebanon Pike at Tulip Grove Road. Looking at the downtown loop here, it is complete stop and go if you're eastbound East Loop, northbound North Loop, eastbound South Loop to 65, northbound 65 to the South Loop, and then eastbound 440 from 40 all the way over to 24. It is stop and go. I'm Ken Weaver.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. What's going on, friends? Good afternoon. 6 minutes after 5 o'clock. Hope everyone's well. Maybe you're just getting off work, getting into your automobiles. Perhaps you're still at your places of business, maybe at your homes, or somewhere in between. We thank you for being a part of the Matt Murphy Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. And I ask you to be a part of what we're doing today, and we've been doing it all day long. It's the 18th annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, also brought to you by Nashville Tent and Awning, and it is happening today, and we are in the end stretch. As I mentioned, Matt Murphy here alongside Ken Weaver. Jackson Williams is in the house as well, our brother station over at 104.5 The Zone. The Q is here as well. Our country outfits are here out and about somewhere.
Everybody's here.
Everybody's here, and we're all focused on the effort to fill this field with toys today for needy children in our communities. We're about 3/4 of the way there. We got to get the home stretch, boys. We got to get people in here. 2 more hours to go, and we got that much green to fill. And I think what we need to do, we need so many people to come in here with toys that they tell all of those interns over in the promotions department they got to get off their tookuses.
That's right.
And get off the field so we can put toys on there.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
We could tell them if they don't get off their Katushuses that they might wind up living in a van down by the river.
What was that, Ken? What was that word?
I said tookuses. Tookuses, which is the plural of tookus, which means you're hiney.
I should have just said hiney.
Cumberland River that way.
You kids get off your heinies.
Or you'll be in a van down by the river. Or maybe in the river. You never know. Jackson, how you feeling? We need a Jackson report.
What's up?
It's now been 12 hours.
All right.
How's it going?
Brain cells, 0. No change from yesterday.
Yes.
I'm feeling I feel like I've got the 3rd or 4th wind at this point.
Yes, sir.
So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm hoping that lasts through nincompoops, and then I can just coast the 6 o'clock hour.
There's no coasting, my friend.
Oh,
this is the final push.
Some gold bricking in the 6 o'clock hour.
Let me tell you something, my friend. I learned it from my beloved head football coach of the University of Georgia Bulldogs, Kirby Smart. We're playing all 4 quarters. We're playing the whole game. We're going to swim while they sink. We're going to survive while they die. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We're not coming up for air. Every year he does this, one of the magical things to watch college football coaches do, find different ways to motivate the team, different ways to engage them.
Right.
And I probably talk about Kirby Smart too much.
He's been a good motivator.
On a Middle Tennessee radio station, people just like, would you please? They roll their eyes at me. But one of his things this year has been they took the team to a military diving school.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the Navy SEALs that do this. And I might get a few of these details wrong. So if y'all have heard the story, I'm sorry because I'm trying to do it by memory. But they watched, and what they do is they go into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah. And
they got to stay down there as long as they can hold their breath.
But they've got to go all the way.
They got to go all the way to the bottom, and they just got to sit there and hold their breath. It's like how many of you and eventually they give up. They come up for air.
Yeah.
It's like, are y'all gonna come up for air? Or are you gonna spin the whole? Are you gonna keep the whole thing down? I mean, the way that he motivated, he's like, no, we're not coming up for air.
Right.
We're gonna be the ones that finish. We're gonna finish the job and finish the drill. We're not coming up for air.
Right.
And we're gonna. I think I'm getting the analogy wrong because in my analogy, all the Georgia Bulldogs are drowning. But anyway, you get what I'm saying.
I like the
I'm just curious why they went to military diving school and not military driving school with the arrest record over the last couple of years.
I saw him over there as soon as I said diving school. I saw
You saw the slow
the
turn in my
grinding of the
brain.
wheels that have been up since 3:45 this morning. He's like, Jackson, I think we've got a joke. Hold on, it's coming.
We got one.
The joke's coming up. It's going to get here in a second.
Dude, I always think back to that. What year was it you guys played TCU in the
2023?
2023. They showed the practices. TCU's out dancing around and kind of, playing some grab ass around the place. Then they show Georgia, and Kirby Smart is yelling at him. and they're like running gassers.
One of the things that University of Georgia students have started doing on their practice field when they're practicing out, they have the indoor facility, but when they're outside, Kirby carries around a microphone and just screams at the players during practice and calls them out. And so the students have started going outside of it because you can hear him.
Right.
You can hear him everywhere.
Yeah.
And they just film him screaming and just some of the expletives that come out of that man's mouth. It's not for the kids, y'all.
It's a whole new way to curse.
Well, he gets it done. This is a new way for the kids to get something under the tree during the holidays.
Yes, sir.
And folks, we invite you to come out. While you're out, maybe you're doing holiday shopping right now. Perhaps you're just off work. Do me a favor. Come by and say hello to us.
Do it.
Say hello to Ken. Say hello to Jackson. Say hello to our friends over at the sports station. Say hello to me. We'll hug your neck if you bring a toy in.
And give us some ideas about nincompoops in the news.
Yeah, I need it because I don't have one yet, and we got 20 minutes to go before I'm on the clock, fellas, and I got to get myself an nincompoop. Talk about Diego Pavia and the Heisman, and Y2J will light up, says 4460. Young reaction Jackson, any thoughts on this?
I hope he comes in fourth.
Out of 4.
Yes.
7429 says the only good thing about the Georgia Bulldogs is that they beat the Alabama Crimson Tide. Although they called them the Alabama Todd. Well, you think that was on purpose or?
Autocorrect.
Yeah, maybe so. The stupid Alabama Todd. I might start calling them the Alabama Todd. The Alabama Turd. Ooh, that would be a good one. I can do that now that I live in Tennessee. If Jackson is in the doghouse, does that – I don't think Jackson's in the doghouse.
No, Brother Jackson's not in the doghouse.
No, Jackson is like the star of the show.
He absolutely is.
Oh, by the way, speaking of being in the doghouse, do you see who's here?
No.
Boss man.
Oh.
Boss man showed up. We got to be cool.
I didn't say anything bad, did I?
No, well, I mean, I think he's here to see you.
He said
I don't know.
He wants to meet you at
At
wait a minute, guys.
an off-site, non-disclosed location.
I was supposed to leave at 5.
If Jackson is in the doghouse, does that make him no action Jackson? Hey, somebody brought a guitar.
Oh, right.
All right, we're going to play music till 7 o'clock. Let's go. Let's make it happen. We're going to have a good time out at Toy Field until 7 o'clock tonight. It's going to be hard-pressed. We're going to be hard-pressed to get on serious matters, but there are serious matters to talk about. I brought this up earlier, and look, I try to keep up with all of the local stories that are in and around the city of Nashville, in our metropolitan area, that are of importance to those local communities and, by extension, importance to the community at large. But I admit I've not kept up with this Columbia Power and Water story. It just crossed my radar yesterday. That said, I'm trying to catch up. I talked to Representative Scott Sapicki earlier today. I have talked also to Jason Gillum, who is, involved in Columbia politics. Obviously, Jason is very much a part of and a spokesman for the Columbia Dam Project. And there are plenty of folks that tell you that the Columbia Dam Project is a reality. There are plenty of people that tell you that it's a pie-in-the-sky dream thing that's never going to happen. I'm not here to relitigate that debate. But I am to say that this story involving Columbia Power and Water and a vote that they're having Thursday night will impact a lot of Middle Tennessee, not just Columbia, but all of Murray County, Mount Pleasant, and many of the surrounding communities, to include Spring Hill. Okay? And the expectation is that there will be a vote Thursday night that will potentially increase water rates for Columbia, all of Murray County, by 149%, I believe is what I saw. 149%. It's a lot of money. And it's especially odd because if the Columbia Power and Water increase happens, and the increase would be necessary because they would want to borrow it's my understanding that Columbia Power and Water wants to borrow $400 million from the state of Tennessee in order to increase access that they have from water sources that are already available, but they'd have to move them to a treatment facility plant. They'd have to build a new treatment facility plant. I think I had that right. And ultimately, it's a $400 million price tag that they've been working on. They would borrow that money from the state, and they would necessarily have to pay that money back to the state. And the state would dictate repayment rates, meaning the local community would no longer be able to set rates consistent with the desires of the local voters. But that is not the worst part of the story. Even worse is that certain citizens who depend on Columbia Power and Water, who do not have a vote in Columbia and don't really have a say about how Columbia politics manages this situation, they'd be on the hook for the additional money too, to include Spring Hill, to include Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, and other unincorporated areas in Murray County. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of this story. I do not pretend that I understand the nuance of it, but many of you have already weighed in on it just with the basic details that I've offered you, and you're not too happy either. For example, Dave in Columbia here, and I'm telling you, brother, the city council and mayor are crooked as a dog's leg. Well, we're going to find out we're going to get to the bottom of the story. Now, I was hopeful and am still hopeful, remain hopeful, that Representative Scott Sapicki stops by today. He had a meeting in downtown Nashville around 4 o'clock, and he told us if that meeting got out before 7 o'clock, he would come by and at least fill us in on the details as he understood it. But there is expected to be a vote at the Columbia City Council level, I believe, Thursday night on the issue of allowing Power and Water to move forward with the $400 million project, which would necessarily mean that your rates are going up. Hey, Jackson, I brought you a new puppy. There you go. That's what you got for Christmas. Hey, what did you, by the way, speaking of you and toys,
What's up?
You brought toys.
I did. I put some out during Nashville's morning news, and I figured you'd want to do this. So I saved some to do with you.
Oh, look at you. What do you have in there, Jackson?
We got some Legos and some board games in this one. And the one from this morning had a football and a basketball.
Legos?
Yeah.
What kind of Legos? Just bring that out. Let me show everybody. Look, classic Legos, Ken. Hey, Weaver, if you want me to relive some of your days with your kids,
yes, sir.
I'll take these out of this box and sprinkle them all over the floor, and you can take your shoes off and walk on them. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be great.
Have you ever stepped on a Lego?
Yes.
It's no fun.
I miss those days.
No, you don't. That's when Ken
These
first
are great.
learned the word fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks.
Fiddle poops. These are nice. I miss the day. I'll tell you what. I don't. At the risk of being called an old fart.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
You're an old fart.
Thank you, Jackson.
You opened the door there, Brother Murphy.
I did. Ken, have you seen the Legos lately? They're all designed for specific things. Like, when I was a kid, when you got Legos, you just got a bunch of Legos.
Yeah, you just got a bunch of different
size Legos and different squares and maybe some wheels or whatever, and you just had to build whatever.
Right.
Now, the Lego sets, it seems that not that one. That one's kind of old school. It's just some Legos and you build whatever. But now, for the most part, the Lego sets that you buy, it's like you're
extremely elaborate.
It's insanely elaborate, and it's for a specific thing.
Have you seen the Lego Death Star?
I've not seen the.
It is like an absurd amount of pieces, and it is truly it's so cool.
Do you know how much it costs? Don't tell me if you know.
I am going to guess. I don't know how much it costs. I'm going to guess $450.
Oh, I think you're woefully short.
Woo!
I think you're way short.
Really?
I would bet you with
$1,200?
Only because E and I went into a Lego store a couple of years ago.
And your jaw dropped.
It was insane, the amount. Oh.
Wow.
You see this?
Son of a biscuit eater.
Wow.
That is a lot of money for some Legos.
How much is the Death Star?
Anybody want to guess how much the Death Star is?
How far off was I?
You were. What'd you say?
I said $450.
You can't even get the Lego Millennium Falcon for $450.
Yeah.
You can't get half the you can get the Lego X-Wing fighter.
Ooh.
For Well, no, I'm sorry. The Lego Star Trek USS Enterprise is
nobody
$400.
wants that.
You can get that for $400.
How much is the Death Star?
The Lego Millennium Falcon is going to set you back $849.99 from Lego.com. But if you go over to Lego.com and are looking for the Death Star,
Isn't that it right there?
well, that's it. But see, those are aftermarket. I don't know what those are. I was
They
just
might
looking
be sold out, so you got to buy them aftermarket. See what the aftermarket price is.
at the official Lego site at Lego.com. $999.99.
Oh, you couldn't even get half for what I guessed.
Well, but it's only half built, so you're really getting half for $1,000.
I bet
Although it's a fully operational power station.
I think
Isn't that what he
for
says?
$1,000, I should be able to blow up a Lego planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Jimmy?
no, I know what you.
I think it should have a little Alderaan
Yeah.
Lego, and you can blow it up.
You can
with
blow
your
it up.
Death Star.
What was it? I guess that was the Revenge of the Revenge of the Nerds or whatever. What's that? No, I'm sorry. Return of the Jedi. Number 3.
Yeah.
You're the Star Trek nerd. I mean the Star Wars nerd, right?
I mean, I've
Fairly
seen the movies. I like the movies. I'm not into the TV shows or the
Right.
the
Yeah, me
spinoffs
either.
or anything like
But
that.
it was that's the one where he did the line is now you are about to see the power of this fully operational station.
Yeah, Palpatine.
Yeah,
Was
because
that
it
that
looks
guy's
like it's
name?
half built, but
Yeah.
it wasn't really half built. And that was all by design. Oh well, $999 and it'll ship by December 29th, Jackson.
I won't even be here in time for
It'll be here in time for your birthday.
but not for Christmas. I wonder how many online orders the Lego store takes in the holiday season.
Probably a few. This one says it's on back order, even at $999, which is why, Ken, you're seeing these aftermarket joints. We saw one that was selling it for $1,400.
Seems like an investment, fellas.
And then you got to put it together. You know, for that amount of money, you'd think they'd put it together for you.
Yeah.
It's going to take you, I think this one, how many pieces? Does it say how many pieces it is?
I didn't look.
It probably does.
I didn't look.
I bet it's something upwards of 10,000 pieces.
It's got to be.
This has to compare with the Lego Titanic.
How much was that?
I don't know. It was a lot of money and a lot of pieces, and you know that's a lot of time investment just to watch it sink.
What if you finally put together the Lego Death Star
Thank you, Ken.
and somebody kicked it over?
Well, what happens is you put the Death Star together, and then somebody drops one of those little Black Cat fireworks down that little hole. I mean, it's not my fault that there's a ventilator shaft. I mean, what moron engineer did that? Hey, let's create a ventilator shaft that if you just drop one little proton torpedo or whatever the hell it is down that shaft, the entire thing is going to blow up.
Yeah.
That just is an engineering flaw.
Yeah, that's a design flaw. I think it's because it looked cool.
I feel bad for the families of the folks who are just, you know,
Hanging out.
just the subcontractors. They're just there getting a job done. You know, they're just working on the carpeting in the Emperor's suite.
It really,
Kaboom.
bolsters the Empire's case.
Well, the rebels were the bad guys. You know that, right? I mean, 100%.
They're socialists.
Of course, they're the bad guys. The Emperor Palpatine was duly elected.
He was. Have you seen Revenge of the Sith?
Revenge,
third one?
Revenge of the Sith.
He takes over and
Are those the bad three? Well, no. He convinced. I mean, it's not his fault. They're stupid enough to vote for him. They voted power to him. They elected him. They seated the Senate. Kirby's right. The Senate ceded their power to him, man.
I forgot about all the geopolitical stuff the prequels
Oh my
did.
Lord, boy oh boy, the
God,
prequels.
those movies
I mean,
were
no,
terrible. The
those
third one was
frog.
good.
Every one. I was so glad. Remember when what was his name? Anakin Skywalker, before he came Darth Vader, started whipping up on those frog fellas. I was so happy to see it. I wanted every one of those frog dudes to die. Oh, they're awful.
The Admiral? You
No,
don't like the
no,
frog dude?
not Admiral Akbar. I'm talking about the guys in the. It was the re-up. It was like Attack of the Clones. Those little frog,
yeah.
and they were when they talk like this.
Yeah.
And they kind of reminded you of Admiral Akbar, but they
yeah.
were a little bit different. They're like walking frog people.
I just wanted to gig them.
You
Hey,
an Aggie now?
can I have a little taste of your legs? Thank you. Yes, Louis reminds us that we actually have a radio show to do.
We're actually we're on the radio.
And we
are
have
on the radio
completely
right now.
forgotten about that. Louis, thank you. 26 after the hour, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Nashville Safe House is located over on 4th Avenue South, and they have safes galore for all of your needs. Let's say you're just looking for a jewelry safe or something to protect the small valuables. They've got the safe size for you. Maybe it's a gun safe. They have more gun safes than you can shake 14 sticks at. They've got gun safes galore from Browning and from all the other brands, Rhino, Superior, and all the brands you come to know and love. Plus, they've got the rebates that you deserve as well. Find out more by going to NashvilleSafeHouse.com. That's NashvilleSafeHouse.com, or stop by on 4th Avenue South. Friends, this is a perfect gift for the gun lover in your life. If they do not have a safe and you want to protect those things that protect your family, it's time to get the Nashville Safe House. Plus, biometric safes available too for the bedside to keep those guns away from the kids and to keep your home safe and protected. Ask about that. Ask about the Murphy Special when you stop by Nashville Safe House. NashvilleSafeHouse.com or 4th Avenue South in Nashville. Hey, friends, you want to know about a place where European Auto Repair does not feel like European Auto Repair? It's Matt Murphy, and I'm here to tell you about the moment you walk into Eurofix. You'll notice Eurofix is not your typical greasy garage, right? Waiting rooms are clean, they're comfortable, they're inviting. Service areas are spotless because Eurofix cares about everything from how you're treated to how your vehicle is treated as well. Every repair comes with a rock-solid 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all repairs Eurofix performs, and at below dealer pricing. You don't have to put up with dealer prices or get ghosted when you're waiting on a call back. Eurofix fixes everything European, plus you get a rental car available with every appointment. Locations in Nashville, Franklin, Belmead, Murfreesboro, and Mount Juliet. 844 Eurofix. That's 844 Eurofix, or visit online at myeurofix.com. That's myeurofix.com.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. The Trump administration's ban on transgender people serving in the military can remain in place under a stay granted today by a 3-judge panel of the D.C. Circuit Appeals Court. The 2-1 decision has Trump-appointed judges Naomi Rell and Gregory Katsas siding with the Pentagon, pausing a lower court ruling that the transgender service ban violated the Constitution's promise of equal protection. A coalition that calls itself Restore Our Fairgrounds has reportedly filed a petition to end racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. The group says it wants to remove racing from the Metro charter and open the property to housing, green space, and retail. Supporters say the current location creates noise, traffic, and environmental concerns. If certified, the measure could appear on the November 2026 ballot, but they've got to get about 60,000 signatures of registered voters. Tennessee lawmakers are considering paying student teachers to help ease the state's teacher shortage. The proposal would provide monthly stipends during their semester of full-time classroom work, which is currently unpaid. Supporters say the plan could attract more candidates and reduce financial stress for future educators. The General Assembly will take up the measure when it reconvenes in January. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Super Talk 99.7. I'm sorry, I just made myself giggle. Super Talk. I think my chair's broken. I'm pretty sure my chair's broken. Guys, I think my chair's broken.
If you fall out, make sure to do it on Super Talk TV.
I'm going to do my best. I'm pretty sure it's broken.
Woo,
Man, oh, man.
Let's hope you don't fall out there, Brother
I
Murphy.
love every single listener to this radio show. I love the fact that you interact with us on the Super Talk text line, 615-737-9986. I love that you call us on occasion. John's called in. I'm going to get to your call moments from now, John. But I do want to remind you where we are and what we're doing before we get to John, before we get to Nincompoops in the News. Ken Weaver, would you look at that? Would you look at what just rolled in?
That's a big old wagon of toys.
That is a huge wagon of toy. I love seeing it. Love seeing it.
Yes, sir.
Folks, we've got an hour and 20 minutes, and we've probably got, I don't know, maybe a fifth. We got 20% more to go, maybe. We got about 20% of this field to cover with toys at Toy Field. We are on the south end of Nissan Stadium. There's a huge tent brought to you by Nashville Tent and Awning. And the entire operation is brought to you by A.O. Smith and our friends at Wayne's Pest Control. And we thank those wonderful organizations for being partners and sponsors of our Cumulus Media Toy Field benefiting the Salvation Army and their Forgotten Angels program. It's all about the kids. Well, it's all about the kids, but it's also about the seniors. And I want to talk about that for just a second, Ken.
Yes.
Because I did a promo and somebody said, wait a minute, why are we giving toys for seniors? No, we're not doing that. We're giving toys for the kids. But there are seniors in assisted living facilities, nursing homes and whatnot. And they might have family way far away that can't get to them over the holidays, or maybe they don't have anybody.
Yeah.
And they want to feel special, and we want them to feel special. And the gift of a throw blanket,
yes,
or a pillow, a nice decorative pillow, or a candle, or something for I heard Chris Hand talking about just as something as simple as a coffee mug. That's your coffee mug.
Yeah.
These things mean something.
Yep.
For those seniors. You can give that. You can give a toy of any shape or size. Like you say, coloring book and crayons is good enough.
Yeah. Deck of cards would be good.
That's all we're looking for. And we want to fill this field before 7 o'clock, and we're well on our way. We just went a long way. Look at all those toys.
Yeah, that put a big dent in what we had left.
But we still got some green space going on, and we need to see you. We're at the south end. That's the between Gate 8 and Gate 9. That's the pedestrian bridge side. You come in, you'll see the lights. You'll see all of the fun. You'll see the big sign that says Toy Field out in front. You'll come through the front, and you can come into the tent area, which is nice and warm in here, man. I'll tell you what, it's cold out there.
Way to go, Brother Kirby.
Matt, have you thought about something?
What?
We'll be back here in 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks from today.
Yeah. So I figured out what I'm getting Jackson for his birthday, Ken. We're going to go to the Music City Bowl together.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Jackson and myself. I'm already taking that time off, and I'll be getting ready to move into a new house. And so Jackson and I are going to celebrate my move and his birthday by coming and watching the Vols whoop up on
Illinois.
Whatever the Illinois Fighting Illini.
The Fighting Illini.
As the kids say, what the hell even is an Illini?
It's a Native American.
I think that's an engine, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm allowed to say that because of my heritage, Jackson.
Oh, yeah, you're 1/16th Cherokee?
I'm a little more than that, but yeah.
An eighth?
Thereabouts. Something along those lines. Hey, did you tell Louie about the Nincompoop sounder?
I believe he's done it before.
Have you done this before, Louie?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to go?
Good.
Let's hit it. It's time for Nincompoops in the News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN, live from Toy Field. It's a Toy Field edition of Nincompoops in the News.
Nincompoops in the News.
That's right. This is how we do it, right? You know what the news is. You know what we're doing today at Toy Field. It's a different kind of show. Ken Weaver's been keeping you apprised with the news, and it's time for the Nincompoops. Jackson Williams, Matt Murphy, Ken Weaver, we all bring a Nincompoop, if I find one, and then we throw one out at you.
Have you found one yet?
Maybe.
He's
maybe
looking
not.
right now.
I'm looking right now.
I've got one.
I had a local one that I saw last night when I was so annoyed about WSMV's story that it didn't give us the name of the guy.
It wasn't that one, was it?
Oh, it was.
Oh, son of a biscuit
No, but that's
eater.
okay. You got it first.
Okay.
You got it first, so, first come, first to serve. Who won yesterday, Jackson?
That would be Brother Weaver.
Ken Weaver won, so Ken Weaver.
The preacher that.
Pastor Poots.
Father Flatulence.
What? Somebody called him Reverend. No, Jackson said Reverend Ripper.
Reverend Rippet.
Yeah.
The preacher that poots on folks because it's the Lord's work.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was the big winner yesterday. Ken Weaver, what do you got today?
Tennessee man accused of attacking multiple co-workers at Springfield facility with mop. The 18-year-old suspect is charged with aggravated assault per the Smoky Barn News. A Tennessee man accused of attacking several of his co-workers at Fabco manufacturing facility over the weekend. Witnesses told police that a spurt of violence erupted Saturday morning at the Springfield business after an 18-year-old allegedly hit one of his co-workers in the face with a mop handle. Then he hit another on the head with a heavy hand magnet.
Yikes.
When another co-worker tried to intervene, the 18-year-old allegedly hit them with the magnet too. That worker was left bleeding with an injured ear. Another witness had a welt on the left side of his head after allegedly being hit by the magnet, and he told police the alleged attack continued to escalate after he was hit. The 18-year-old allegedly snapped the broom and tried to stab that co-worker with the broken end, with the tussle leaving the employee with a bruise on one cheek and a bloody nose. Several other employees reported injuries and being attacked with the broken mop, with one more reporting cuts on their hand, legs. What, these guys working with John Wick or something?
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, this guy takes a broom handle and he's taking out his entire team. Anyway, emergency responders checked out all of the injured personnel, but they all ultimately declined being transported to the hospital. And then after being evaluated at TriStar Northcrest Medical Center, the 18-year-old was booked into the Robertson County Jail on an aggravated assault charge. He's got a next court appearance on February 9th.
I like that.
He's gonna be in there a minute.
That's a local nincompoop.
I'd lock up the custodian's office if I was there.
Yeah, you gotta hide the broom handles from that fellow.
Matt, do you have a story?
I do.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Ohio man sends meth to bank using drive-through tube during otherwise routine transaction. An Ohio man was recently arrested for sending a baggie of methamphetamine through the bank's drive-through tube system, according to law enforcement in the Buckeye State. Jason G. Smith was booked on drug-related charges earlier this week, according to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. The underlying incident occurred on December 3rd, according to a press release issued by the Sheriff's Office at a bank in Woodsfield, a small town located some 120 miles due east of Columbus, Ohio. On the day in question, a bank employee called deputies to report finding a crystal-like substance consistent with methamphetamine in a baggie that had accompanied a transaction sent through one of the bank's air tubes, according to the sheriff's office. Subsequent testing determined the substance in the small bag was, in fact, meth. Law enforcement says over the course of the ensuing investigation, authorities determined the defendant had accidentally sent the package through the drive-thru while completing an otherwise routine banking transaction, according to the sheriff's office. Later, Smith was located in nearby Wayne Township by officers with the state's Department of Natural Resources, the press release says. After the defendant was detained, deputies were called, and with the use of a police dog, they recovered additional suspected drugs and drug-related items from Smith's truck. The defendant was then transported to the Monroe County Jail.
Hey, man, I went to smoke some of my meth, and I had the money. What is this? Oh, my Lord. I went to make a deposit earlier today, and I think I screwed it up.
Honey, I lit my debit card on fire again trying to smoke it.
My nincompoop is as follows. A man has insisted that there could be half alien babies living somewhere in outer space because he claims he was abducted by extraterrestrials who harvested his sperm for their own warped experiments. Julius Shields says that he was, quote, curious to see what happens after telling how the otherworldly beings visited him several times and conducted sexual procedures on him. opening up about his experience in an interview with Soft White Underbelly, a YouTube channel run in the United States. You know, so I love Soft White Underbelly, by the way. If y'all haven't watched Soft White Underbelly, you need to. This fella, Julius from Missouri, United States of America, who chose not to use his last name, said the aliens made first contact when he was 17 years of age. He recalled seeing glowing orbs floating outside of his family home. He said a being with, quote, 3 tentacles started tapping on his window, leaving him frozen in shock. This prompted him to sleep in a different room, but he soon began having disturbing, vivid dreams. Julius then went on to say, quote, it got more sexual because there was a full week straight where I was having these dreams every night. He described them in further detail, and I'm not going to go into that detail here because it's a family show. I was having sexual relations with different creatures. You know, women aliens and different stuff. This is a quote.
He's like Captain Kirk.
He's like, well, she's green, but she's hot. I would wake up and I would wake up and look at my pants. And I knew they had taken things from me. Julius believes the extraterrestrials were taking his sperm and using it to breed hybrid human-alien babies, which he now says must be all across the universe. He opened up to his uncle, who also claimed to have similar experiences.
The apple doesn't fall from the tree.
I guess
from
so.
The tree, does it?
Julius claims the aliens in question were a type known as the Greys. They stand between 3 and 4 feet tall. They have flying saucers and use a mothership in their fleet. He went on, it's almost astonishing, but it makes you realize there's more to life than what we have here on Earth. Julius believes he may now have many half-alien children somewhere out there. He went on to say, give it maybe another 10 years or so, and then I'm curious to see if they come back. Because it's real, and I do have extraterrestrial children, and they used my sperm to recreate life and to do whatever. And I really hope these individuals wouldn't be so brainwashed enough that they would not be able to come back and try to figure out where it all started. So he's hoping that they come back to visit their daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, come back and see Papa.
Yeah, come on and see Dad.
How does child support work?
Extraterrestrial child support.
I bet it's pricey. I bet the exchange rate's not great.
I don't think it's going to be good for him if they take him to extraterrestrial court for not paying his extraterrestrial child support.
Yeah.
Also, did this fella happen to lose something on a routine banking transaction in Columbus, Ohio? Because he sounds like he's on meth.
That's how we do it. So the telephone number is 615-737-9986, and you get to vote on who your nincompoop of the day is. Is it Ken Weaver? Is it Jackson Williams? Is it Matt Murphy? That's Nincompoops in the News, 9 minutes until 6 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy, and take it from me out here at Toy Field. It is cold outside of this tent and just going to get colder tonight. Well, if it's cold inside of your home and you're wondering what in the heck's going on with that heater, might I recommend Jeff Eddy and Efficient Heating and Cooling? Look, they understand that you're on a budget. They understand that you need maximum life out of that heating unit and your system at large. That is why they use the maintenance plan to benefit you, right? You use the maintenance, and it's $125, never more, and that's on as many units as you have at your house. And oftentimes it's much less money than that. Whether you have 2, 3, or 4, you'll never pay more than that. The savings stack up because they're going to extend the life of your heater. They're going to make sure that you get maximum life out of it, whether it's 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, whatever it might be. I mean, there will come a time where they have to tell you it's over and it's time to replace. But you know when Jeff Eddy and his team tell you that, it's the real deal. And they can talk to you about replacing it. They're an Elite Pro partner with Rheem. EfficientHVAC.net is the website, EfficientHVAC.net, or make a call, 615-784-4424, 784-4424 for our friends Jeff Eddy and Efficient Heating and Cooling.
Nashville judges frightened by a congressman's Facebook post. We'll tell you about it at 6 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
There he is. He's Ken Weaver. He's out at Toy Field with us. Jackson Williams out here as well. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. There goes the sports folks.
They're out.
They're packing it up, but we're going to bring it home for the last hour, friends. We got this. We got like maybe 10, 15% of this Toy Field to go, and we need you to help us bring it home in the right way. So get your toys out here and get them to Toy Field. We're on the south side of Nissan Stadium. You'll see the big tent from Nashville, tent and awning, and we would absolutely love to see you come out and about and be with us. Jackson, where's your headset? I said to Jackson a minute ago, I don't know if you were sitting here, but I said to Jackson a minute ago, hey, I got to tell you something, but I'm going to do it on the radio.
Yeah.
And then Jackson's been out here since sometime in the wee hours of the morning.
Yes.
3:45.
And Jackson is always filled. Well, I say always. He is typically filled with spunk, with verve,
Vigor.
with a lot of vigor, and he brings it.
Yes, sir.
And I think we've got about 63% Jackson right now.
That's high.
Is that a high number?
Yeah, I would put it more in the 40s.
Yeah. So you know what I did during the break?
What'd you do?
I stole Weaver's chair.
You stole Weaver's chair?
Oh, yeah. Weaver got up, I think probably to use the facilities or something. And I took the opportunity and I switched chairs with him because I was pretty convinced that my chair was broken. And you know what I found out?
His chair's broken too?
No, his chair's nice. It's sitting up good.
I'm sitting lower than I was.
Yeah, because I thieved his chair.
You still look good on camera, Ken.
Thank you, Brother Jackson.
Kid, you look fine. We were talking about senior toys or senior gifts.
Yes, sir.
And I was told on the text that some people consider me a senior.
That would be me. I'm ready to go to the movies with you so we can get a discount.
Such a goofball. Hey, if you want to, I tell you what, one of these days we'll go to McDonald's in the morning. I'll get you a senior coffee.
Ooh, or we go to IHOP.
What is a senior coffee at McDonald's?
So you can get
They call it a senior coffee.
That's for anybody over 55, right?
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know. I'm not over 55
I was
yet.
getting ready to say, I'm 2 years over 55.
You ought to be getting a senior
I've been missing out on this
But
stuff.
wait, is there any difference between a senior coffee and a regular coffee?
Shouldn't be.
I don't think.
Just the cost.
Yeah.
Oh, the AARPs.
Maybe the senior coffees designed to get the bowels moving.
Oh, yeah, might have a little prune juice in it.
A little prune creamer.
You know what I'm saying?
Little prune creamer.
Let me tell you something, young man. Young man, you need to know something. You need to appreciate a good BM.
I do.
Because as you get older, woo, just here to tell you.
I mean, sometimes it's worth celebrating.
Look, there goes
Slay.
There goes Slay.
He's out.
There he goes. See you later, Slay. Take it easy. The sports show's wrapping it up. 6
they're all
o'clock. I mean, they
yelling at
deserve
each
it.
other.
Yeah, I know. That's what they do. That's what they do. A lot of that locker room stuff going on. All right, it's 6 o'clock. It's time for the news. We've got another hour to go. We're going to talk to a major from the Salvation Army about the spirit of the event. We're benefiting the Salvation Army Forgotten Angels program. And coming back right after this, 6 p.m., you're listening to Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. Kentucky State University went on lockdown after a shooting this afternoon on the South Campus. Police say multiple people were injured. At least one died, one was in critical condition, and the alleged shooter is in custody. Nashville judges are calling for heightened security after a social media post by Congressman Andy Ogles. Ogles posted photos of local judges and urged the state to, quote, send the guard to Nashville in reference to a case where a man was arrested in connection with sexually assaulting an unconscious woman near a church in the Woodbine neighborhood in August. That woman eventually died. Ogles' post alleged the suspect had been arrested over a dozen times, but every case was dismissed. Meanwhile, these judges in Nashville claim Ogles' language incites violence. So security has been beefed up at the A.A. Birch Courthouse with more deputies stationed outside. Court officials have also asked Governor Bill Lee to take immediate steps to protect the judges and the public. Well, the fight over the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway is heating up again. This group called Restore Our Fairgrounds has reportedly submitted a petition that eliminates racing as a required use under the Metro Charter. They argue the land should serve community needs like parks and affordable housing. Voters could decide this issue next year if enough signatures are gathered, but it's going to take about 50 to 60,000 signatures to get it on the ballot. Metro Nashville School Board meeting tonight to consider a new security plan. This proposal calls for a 5-year contract with Serva LLC to provide armed and unarmed officers when extra support is needed. The agreement would cap spending at $500,000 over 5 years, funded through the district's operating budget and federal grants. And a Cumberland County elementary student facing a felony after allegedly threatening mass violence at school. The incident happened yesterday at Stone Elementary in Crossville, was reported by other students. Police and school officials responded immediately. They confirmed no weapons were present. Investigators stressed the importance of reporting any suspicious behavior. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. East Bank going eastbound. We got a crash right there at Spring Street, Ellington Parkway. Glencliff, 40 eastbound past Spence Lane. Rivergate, a crash blocking the right lane. 65 northbound before Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. Old Hickory got a crash, and this involves injury. It's going to be Robinson Avenue and Industrial Road. And look over here, Clarksville, Montgomery County, a one-vehicle crash. This 24 westbound before ML King Parkway. Eastbound 440 is complete stop and go over to 24. That continues eastbound 24 from 440. And looks like east and westbound 40 between the downtown split and the eastern split is a parking lot at times. I'm Ken Weaver. I'm going home.
Hey, what's going on, friends? It is the Matt Murphy Radio Show, underway for another hour, 7 minutes after 6 o'clock. It's our final hour of the day, and it's the final hour of our big 18th annual Toy Field. We've been talking about it all day. It's a special day. We have a couple of these annually. The National Rescue Mission event is a pretty special day. We do that in advance of Thanksgiving and in advance of the Christmas holiday season, or as the Christmas holiday season begins, we present the 18th annual Toy Field Toy Drive. It's sponsored by A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control. A special thanks, Ken Weaver, to Nashville Tent and Awning.
Yes, sir.
Without which you and I would be in the frigid cold.
We'd be freezing.
It would be bitterly cold. I don't know who's responsible for these heaters, but God bless you too.
Yes, sir.
I think that's probably Nashville Tent and Awning, and if it's not, whoever it is, thank you for that. We got just enough time. I mean, look, we are getting ready to wrap up, and obviously some of the volunteers are already starting the process of getting the bins out to get the toys in the bins, because there's a lot of toys. Y'all are so generous on an annual basis, and we appreciate y'all for it.
Yes.
But we've been building this field of toys all day long, and we'll be here until 7 o'clock tonight. But you can still drop one off, drop them by. The big truck is coming to start the load in, and with all of that in mind, we thought we would welcome to the program Major Bill Mockabee to talk about the event, to talk about the Salvation Army's efforts, and to talk about the Forgotten Angels program. Major, thank you for being on with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We were talking just a moment ago. This is your second Christmas season in the Nashville metro area?
Yeah, this is my wife and I, our second Christmas here. And let me tell you, the community in Middle Tennessee is absolutely phenomenal. We've had such a good response, not only with our Angel Tree, our Red Kettles, but with Toy Field and our partners like Cumulus. So thank you guys so much for what you do to make sure that kids this Christmas on December 25th, they're going to wake up with smiles on their face and have joy because they have presents under the tree.
I know it goes without saying, but I truly don't know what we would do without the Salvation Army and their efforts to coordinate. I like to call it the coordination of the generosity of the people, right? I mean, but without you guys, and without your level of coordination, without the giving spirit that you have, I don't know what some of our youngsters would do on Christmas morning, because it's so important.
It really is. And we have this year over 5,000 angels that we'll be providing Christmas for.
Great.
Which is just amazing. And again, it's not just the Salvation Army. We are a conduit. We are the platform that people are choosing for their generosity, because all these toys that are sitting here in front of us today, they won't end up at the Salvation Army. They're going to end up in somebody's living room this Christmas.
Walk me through the Forgotten Angels program specifically, and what that is designed to do.
So the Forgotten Angels are designed, we'll go back to last year. By the time we got everything back in, there were 800 angels that either didn't get adopted or didn't get returned. And when we have people are signing up, we're guaranteeing them that they will have Christmas presents. Mm-hmm. So this right here helps fill those bags for those 800 kids last year who didn't get adopted or didn't get returned. So this is a huge help in order to do that.
Right. And how does this work? I mean, we love watching the folks come in and bring the toys, and some of them got bags full, and some of them just have a few. But whatever they give, it's always appreciative and appreciated. But at this point, what happens from here? I'm just very curious about the coordination of what goes on next.
So we'll take these to the Christmas tree, our Angel Tree warehouse, where we have over 5,000 gift bags that are ready to go. And then whatever angels don't get returned, they'll start using this almost like our own little Walmart, where they'll go through shopping, looking for the right size clothing, the toys that match up with the child's desire. They'll fill those bags. We'll make sure toys, clothes, everything's in there, and then they get lined up, ready to go for distribution. 3 days. It takes 3 months of getting everything lined up and all the logistics, and then 3 days it's all gone.
You know, and at some point, and I don't know when it is, and maybe you do, Bill, but at some point someone recognized or realized that we have seniors in our community that are in need as well. And my heart, I mean, obviously for the little kids, it goes without saying, but my heart gets touched just thinking about those senior citizens that we have in our communities, in assisted living facilities and whatnot, who might be a little bit forgotten themselves, but at the Salvation Army, you guys haven't forgotten them.
No, not at all. We do include senior angels, and when you think about how mobile our communities have become, we have a lot of seniors who have no family that are anywhere near, that they're not going to be able to have visits from family from there, or they're not going to have their families come visiting for holidays or Christmas, and it can become very isolating for them. This is just another opportunity to touch someone's lives, to bring joy, to bring a smile, and for us to say that we see you.
How long have you been a part of the Salvation Army?
My entire life. I've been a Salvation Army officer along with my wife for a little bit over 20 years, but I've attended a Salvation Army church and gone to Salvation Army camps, and it's been part of my life forever.
What do you think it is about the Salvation Army that draws in so many people? I mean, to us, it goes without saying what a wonderful organization it is, but do you have a thought about what it is that it makes it so special?
I think it's our mission. When you look at our mission, that we are there to serve those who are in need without discrimination. It doesn't matter what that need is, and in each community that you go to in the Salvation Army, it looks a little different, so that we can start to mold the Salvation Army's programs that are specific to the communities that we're in. So you don't have a Salvation Army that looks exactly the same, a cookie cutter across the nation. The Salvation Army in Nashville is very different than any other Salvation Army because we're meeting specific needs in our community.
You know, it's such a wonderful, obviously, giving organization that gives back to the community so much, and we appreciate the affiliation. We appreciate what you guys do. I'm curious how you mentioned the kettlebells, and that's just a part of everybody's childhood, right? and it's a special part of our childhood, but is that changing? I mean, because I know for me, when I was a kid, there were no debit cards. Now it feels like there's no cash, right? And so as folks go, you know, the concept seemed to be, and you tell me if I'm wrong here, Bill, but that folks go in and they shop and then they come out and they maybe hear the bell and they go, oh, well, I had that $3 or $4 in change, or I had that actual change. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the kettlebell. And that seemed like a wonderful way to give back, a low-impact way. But
Yeah.
Things have changed in 2025 a little bit, haven't they?
A lot of people no longer carry cash. There is no change to be able to put in the kettles anymore. And the Salvation Army has tried to shift towards more of a digital giving. So if you see our kettles outside of stores, there should be a QR code on there that you can take a picture. It'll take you to your PayPal or Google Pay, Apple Pay. We've got all
Venmo and whatnot. Yeah.
Venmo, and you can give digitally and not have to worry about, do I have a couple of dollars or quarters in my pocket.
And I would expect that if there's anyone out there listening to us right now and they might have a little bit more of a generous spirit or an ability to give a little bit more, how can they do that?
So if you go to salvationarmynashville.org, there are ways there you can donate. There are ways there you can volunteer to ring a bell. I mean, we still have plenty of days to ring bells from now until Christmas Eve. There's other opportunities to volunteer. And this isn't, and I think this is really important for people to understand, because they see us during November, December with Angel Tree and Red Kettles. We do this work 365 days a year, making sure that people have a roof over their head, because the best way to prevent homelessness is keeping people in their homes, moving people out of encampments into shelter, moving them into permanent housing, putting food on people's table. This is stuff that we do 365 days a year. We're not just a holiday season organization.
You know, I worked with a great organization, local organization in Birmingham, the Jimmy Hale Mission, and Mr. Tony Cooper was the president of the Jimmy Hale Mission for a long time, and he liked to say that for 10 months out of the year we're in the red. And November and December is when we try to get into the black, and I feel like maybe that is the spirit, right? That you're working every single day of the year, and maybe not top of mind in May and June and July, but this is the time of year that you see the generosity and the human spirit coming through in Middle Tennessee that gives you the ability to do all of those things for the rest of the year.
Yeah, especially with our red kettles, that starts to set the pace of what we're able to do, the impact we're going to be able to make the other 10 months of the year. The larger that income is from our red kettles, the more people we'll be able to impact, the more families we'll be able to touch, and the more impact, with each individual person and family we'll be able to make.
From a toy perspective, is there a cutoff for you guys where you're going to? I mean, is that now? Are there still opportunities in other places? Maybe there's somebody far away that can't get here tonight. Are there still chances for them to get toys in?
So, yeah, you can still get toys in. You would need to call our office. You can get in touch with us through the website because we are getting down. We start our distribution next week.
Right.
It's getting close to time. Even if you get toys to us later on, we'll be able to keep those and be able to use them for Forgotten Angels for next year.
Right. What, if any, other needs come to mind? I mean, has this been a good year, a down year? I mean, has it been a challenge this year, or have you seen the generous spirit of the state of Tennessee? Where would you put it?
You know, it's been an interesting year. We saw an 80% increase of traffic on our website asking for help, especially over the last several months. We've seen that huge increase, but we've also seen an outpouring of people being able to give in any way that they can, that we've been able to step up and do more than what we have in the past. But I think, over the last year, over the last 3 months, you see how precarious people's financial situation is, where if you just don't have those SNAP benefits, or if there's one thing that gets out of whack, it can cause financial ruin for so many people. Just one little incident and they're back into a place where they could possibly fall into the experience of homelessness.
Anything else we need to know?
Go to registertoring.com or Nashville Salvation Army. Or SalvationArmyNashville.org. Volunteer to ring a bell. That's the best way to be able to connect with us right now and start to see who we are, what we do, and we would love to invite you, anybody, into that volunteer experience to kind of move you through that process to get a better understanding of who we are.
Oh no, it's the giving is a selfish act. That's what I always like to say, because you get so much more in return. And I would encourage you to volunteer with the Salvation Army if you have any ability to do so. Bill, thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you for what you do for our community, everything that the Salvation Army represents. We love and appreciate you and the message that you bring to our communities.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for this. This is spectacular.
This is great. There's Major Bill Mockabee with the Salvation Army joining us for a few moments talking about the Forgotten Angels program. We'll be back in just a second at 6:20. Ken Weaver's about to wrap it up with his final newscast, and we're going to take it home till 7 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Modern medicine delivered the old-fashioned way. What does that old-fashioned way part mean? You know, it used to be you go into your doctor's office and you paid your doctor. And it was you and your doctor deciding what the best treatment plan was. There was never an insurance agent in there. There was never an insurance company in there. Well, nowadays, sadly, the doctor has to turn to the insurance company and ask the insurance company if it's okay if he treats you in the fashion that he wants to treat you. Well, that shouldn't be the way that it works. At Grace Point Healthcare, they've brought it back to old school ways with modern medical approaches, meaning a direct pay primary care provider. All treatment decisions are made between you and the medical staff, not your insurance company. Whether you're paying by the visit or you enrolled in the Smart Care plan, you're always going to know you're getting exceptional care at the most affordable prices. The basic Smart Care plan is $99 for a grown-up, $79 for the youngsters. And at Grace Point, there are no long wait times in the waiting room. Grace Point is your primary care provider that treats you, your entire family, from newborns to seniors. And when you're sick, you can come in. You don't have to wait. They treat the whole body with a comprehensive medical approach. They're located in Franklin, worth a drive anywhere within the sound of my voice. 599-6868. Call them, 599-6868. You really can't afford exceptional medicine at your convenience. Modern medicine delivered the old-fashioned way at Grace Point.
Judges say a congressman's Facebook post puts them in danger. This story and more coming up at 6:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you there, Ken Weaver. Ken Weaver remains in place at Toy Field as we're watching an army of volunteers descend on Toy Field, and they're gathering those toys together and getting them onto the truck, but it's not too late for you. Folks, all you got to do is stop by, grab that toy, throw it in here, and get in here with us, say hello, give us a hug, and we'd love to see you until 7 o'clock tonight at Toy Field, brought to you by our good friends at A.O. Smith, brought to you by Wayne's Pest Control and Nashville Tent and Awning. It is our entire team has been out here throughout the course of the day, and God bless every single person that's been out here. But most importantly, I mean, we do this one day a year. These volunteers at the Salvation Army,
every day,
every single day, they're such good people. And someone asked the question, and I'm sorry that I did not ask Major Bill, but if he's still around. around, I might ask him off air and tell you right after the break. If the Toys for Tots program is a part of the Salvation Army. I think the Marine Corps coordinates that, but it is they have so many different aspects of what they do and their toy drives. The Forgotten Angels program, so the Angel Tree program, and I guess I should have asked him to explain this, but I didn't. And I made an assumption and I shouldn't have. But the Angel Tree program is that you take an angel off the tree, and it includes the name of a boy or girl, and their wish list, their wish list for Christmas.
Yeah.
And what these toys are for is that on an angel tree there are some little angels that don't get picked for whatever reason, because families pick individual children.
Right.
Those angels, they go through all of these toys and they find the gift that most replicates what they've asked for. And then so they get their presents on Christmas morning as well.
That's cool.
So it's very cool. No child left behind.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's all about. No child left behind on Christmas morning. Not even you, Jackson. Jackson, you might have some Music City Bowl tickets under the tree for you. It's my understanding that Santa Claus has told me that you might have 3 or 4 of those tickets waiting on you. And I might be coming with you. Hey, I have it on good authority that Santa Claus said that if you're especially good between now and Christmas, he might get lower bowl.
All right.
I mean, I'll tell you what.
Yes, sir.
That's something. That lower bowl. I mean, that's something. I mean, not Peyton Manning seats.
Yeah.
Don't get crazy there, Jackson. Peyton Manning spoiled him earlier this year. Did y'all win that game? Okay, here's the deal. I couldn't remember when that Oklahoma game.
That's where he had the Peyton Manning seat.
Yeah,
Was the Oklahoma
That
game.
was the Oklahoma game. Don't what are you who you texting? Don't text me nasty words. I see you over there. I see what you're doing. Mario says it's Lumberjack Ken. It is Lumberjack Ken. I like that shirt.
Oh, thank you.
You do look like you could make yourself some paper towels. Serve them up.
Some brawny
paper towels. You look like you could heft an axe.
I look more like I'm going to clean up my mead that I spilled on the table.
Yes. Let's see. Good luck getting out of there tonight, Matt. I've never seen this much traffic move this slowly this late in the day in my life.
I don't like hearing that.
I'm now entering the downtown loop, and it is a snail's pace. Oh, yeah. What is that black?
That is stop. That is complete stop
What is
traffic.
that, Ken?
That's complete stop traffic.
That is not
Look at
good.
That. I got to go right there.
Oh, my goodness.
That's going to
gracious.
take me like 10 minutes to get through.
That's tough stuff there.
And I still got to cook my soup.
Yeah, tell me about this soup. I have screwed up the description of the tomato soup that he makes, but you're on to tomato soup tonight?
Yeah.
It's a good night for it.
I made some tomato soup on Sunday, but I didn't think my son was going to have any of it, but he loves it. So now there's not enough left to go for another couple of days. So I'm going to stop by the store on my way home and get some more of them stewed tomatoes. And I got this recipe with a bunch of butter and flour and onions. And so I'm just going to make a whole bunch of other stuff. And my wife got this weird cheese that we put in it. Oh, it's real good.
Weird cheese.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Is it stinky cheese?
No, it doesn't stink.
I love some stinky cheese.
Stink cheese is good cheese.
Hard, like that hard cheddar that's
Right.
been sitting out too long.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, as you can tell, we're getting a little bit hungry around here.
Yes, sir.
At Toy Field, Nissan Stadium. 1261 says, my brother went to pick an angel off the angel tree, and I kid you not, it had iPhone. He put it back. Oh, well, these are wishes. I mean, these are kids.
They're just wishes.
They're just wishes. These are kids. So you kind of have to give them a little grace on that one. And, there might be an angel out there that would be willing to provide that angel with an iPhone. It's all about, matching the right budget with the right kid at the right time at the right moment. It's time for news. Speaking of time, on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
.30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. So some Davidson County judges say they feel threatened after Congressman Andy Ogles posted what they call inflammatory comments online. In a Facebook post, Congressman Ogles called for impeaching judges and deploying the National Guard to Nashville. The courthouse has added extra security, including more deputies and safe upgrades. Officials have warned the governor that Tennessee must not become the site of a preventable tragedy. Congressman Ogles was referencing a man who had raped a woman on the front steps of a church in downtown Nashville after he had been arrested several times before, but everything was dropped. That poor woman went on to die. Auto racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds may face a major challenge. A local coalition has launched a petition to change the Metro charter and remove racing from the site's mandate. The group cites noise, traffic, and environmental risks and proposes housing and green space instead. They need tens of thousands of signatures before it can go to voters, possibly as soon as the November midterms, November 2026 ballot. And a major Biden-era student loan program is on the chopping block. The Trump administration announcing a proposed settlement with Missouri to terminate the SAVE repayment plan. More than 7 million borrowers will be shifted to alternative plans once a court signs off. Officials say SAVE would have cost taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars over the next decade. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Murphy for USS, which stands for United Structural Systems. If you don't believe in the foundation of your home, or if you feel like the foundation has been compromised in some way, it's hard to sleep at night. It's hard to get peace of mind because you put a lot of investment in your home. I mean, obviously, it's the most valuable thing that most of us spend money on. And when it comes to large home repairs, a lot of times homeowners want to pretend that we don't see the warning signs. But if you do, you need to call the best. You need to call USS. They guarantee their best. We need peace of mind, and United Structural Systems is the company that gives the customer that level of peace of mind. Over 30,000 satisfied customers at USS. And I want you to make the call that so many others have made to 615-488-7855, 488-7855, or online at USSTN.com. Keeping homes stable and dry is what they do through concrete leveling, through foundation repair, and through waterproofing. It's USS, Homeowners Trust, USS. Once again, that number, 615-488-7855 or USSTN.com. I was caught. We were on camera during the break there.
Oh, we were?
Yeah, I was caught adjusting and aimlessly looking around the room, wandering around like the senior citizen that I am.
Where'd Ken Weaver go?
I'm Ken Weaver.
We lost Ken Weaver.
Ken Weaver is on the road. Jackson Williams is here. Jackson,
What's up, buddy?
A couple of things. I got a lot of people to thank. Obviously, we're thanking A.O. Smith. We're thanking Wayne's Pest Control. We're thanking Nashville Tent and Awning. We would all be dead without Nashville Tent and Awning right now.
Could you imagine?
I'm thanking every single one of these volunteers. They're working hard right in front of us. We're just sitting here yapping, and they are getting after it, man.
When you guys were talking, they had not. When you guys were talking with the
Major Bill,
Bill, they had not started yet.
Right.
And they are almost done.
And it is
it is about
of toys.
15 minutes later after you got off the air with them.
It is a field of toys, and they are taking care of some business. You know what? They have it down to a science. They really do. They've got the bins, and they load them up, and they get them into the big truck, and they get it back to the warehouse, and that's good stuff. That's really good stuff.
Efficiency at its finest. Mm-hmm. We could learn a lot from them.
Yeah, we could, but we won't.
No, of course not.
We could, but we won't.
It's nice to watch, though.
I want to, no doubt, just to watch, not to participate. Louis, thank you. Back at home base, brother.
Yes.
You're a good man. We appreciate Louis. He is working hard back there, making sure that all the sound comes out of the radio as it should. Louis, let me ask you this quick question. Was John still on the line? Is he still there?
Yeah, John's still here.
Okay, well, you know what? I feel bad because I completely forgot to check back. And so, John, get on in here. Let's get John on the phone as we're winding things down on a Toy Field Tuesday on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. John, thank you for your patience.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
So we were talking about the situation with the Columbia Power and Water here in Columbia.
Yes, sir. And you called me back. And I never got a hold of Sapicki, but we're going to figure that. I want to tell you this, John, before you make your point. We are absolutely going to deal with this story tomorrow because I think it's important that we get to it before the vote on Thursday. So, but you could probably tell me more about that.
Well, you have to go back in time. Spring Hill started with their overdevelopment, and that migrated to Columbia, and then it is now migrating to Mount Pleasant. And we have a mayor in Columbia and a city council in Columbia who refuse to say no to any development. Any developer that comes in here, they'll offer them the moon. And I got to tell you about this mayor. His name is Chaz Mulder. He's going to be running for the 5th Congressional District, and he's sneakier than Afton Bain. Afton Bain was, she was honest with who she was. Chaz Mulder is just as liberal, just as wacky as she is, but he's got a lot of people in Murray County fooled thinking he's a moderate and thinking he's a man of integrity. He is not. And there are a lot of people here in Murray County who think he's great, and he's got the wool pulled over their eyes.
I learned a little bit about Chaz Mulder because my good friend Debbie Matthews, who loves Columbia. She's down there. I mean, obviously, been down there all her life, and I guess she ran against. She always called him Moldy Mulder. She ran against him for mayor, and not to a lot of success, but at least she gave him a challenge. But she said the same thing, that he's one of those sneaky, Bill Clinton-like liberals that he knows how to be real slick with his language. I feel like Gavin Newsom is that way in some ways, although we've kind of exposed him on a national level. But you're saying that Chaz, he's kind of slick with his language and kind of hides how left he is?
Well, he still, even though he's announced that he's running for the 5th District, he still has not come out and said he's a Democrat. He doesn't want people in Murray County to know he's a Democrat. He still keeps telling, when he ran for mayor, he ran as an independent. And even he just won't say he's a Democrat. Now, he's going to have to when he gets in the primaries.
Right.
But he hasn't yet, and he's got a lot of people fooled. But going back to this water thing, Columbia has completely overextended itself. But the big problem I have with this is you have people in Spring Hill. Of course, Spring Hill is part of Spring Hill is in Williamson County. Part of it's in Murray County. City of Spring Hill buys their water from CPWS. So does the Murray County Water System. So does the City of Mount Pleasant. If the Columbia City Council votes this in, that water increase will affect all of those other entities. And they had no say in it. They're basically having their taxes increased by representatives who don't represent them. It's taxation without representation. It needs to be a public referendum of everybody in Murray County and people who live in Williamson County folks who live in Spring Hill. A good person you could talk to is Mayor Sheila Butt. She was at one time in the legislature. She is now our county mayor, and she's got a lot of stuff on her Facebook page about it. And if you could get her on your show tomorrow, that would probably be great.
Yeah, we'll do our best. We need to. I'm going to try to hit up Sapicki, who's trying to get to the bottom of it. Obviously, it doesn't. So it's the city council that's voting Thursday night, right?
Correct.
And so what this would do was if I'm understanding this correctly, if they're voting on this water improvement plan that would cost $400 million, that would raise the rates by 140% or 150%.
No, you're off by $100 million. To be $500 million.
Well, I mean, pardon me. That's what the figure that I heard earlier was $400 million.
Yeah, it's about $500 million.
All right, so let's say
million.
Sure, I won't quibble. Let's not quibble over $100 million. That's a joke. But so if that happens, then I mean, the citizens of Mount Pleasant, what do they have to say about it? The people of Spring Hill, they don't have any recourse to say anything about it.
They don't. People who live in Murray County, who are on Murray County water system, have nothing.
That does not make a bit of sense, and it feels like the Columbia Power and Water are doing this so that they can increase their growing monopoly as a water source in that region. That's what it feels like.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. They already have a monopoly, but they're going to. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but they already got the monopoly, but they're wanting to build all these other facilities and stuff because we have outpaced our infrastructure. That's what it boils down to. We've built and built and built, and we have done nothing to increase our infrastructure, and we are having water problems. And now the overbuilding is migrating down to Mount Pleasant. Take a look at the 247. The city council is getting ready to vote in a major development in Mount Pleasant, and they're going to annex a bunch of land. And everybody at the planning commission, everybody's against it, but they're going to vote it in anyway.
I'm going to continue talking about this subject. I appreciate you spending some time with us on it, and we'll talk about this tomorrow more at length, John. I'm going to try to get several players on it. I've got a couple of people hitting me up, and thank you, John, for the call. Thank you, Louie, for getting that on and reminding me about it. We'll do our best. Thanks, John. So I got calls out to Sapicki. He's supposed to be on top of this subject. He's getting more information. There is a vote of the Columbia City Council happening Thursday night, as we mentioned. I have someone hitting me up saying that they have one of their relatives is on the city council, and I asked, well, can that person come on? And they said, seriously doubt it. I just doubt that they will. There's a lot of heat on this subject right now. Well, there should be heat on this subject. If your taxes are going up and you don't have representation to say something about it, that means if you live in Spring Hill, Columbia is one thing, and I think the people of Columbia need to know about this too, but at very least they can vote these people out of office, right? Does this make sense to you, Jackson? Sometimes I look to Jackson to make sure that I am talking about things in a way that even Tennessee fans can – no, I'm just kidding. I couldn't get it out. Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I think my brain's a little fried.
You think so? You've only been here for a minute. A hot minute or two.
Just a hot minute. Yeah, it made sense.
No, so if you're a part of the city of Columbia, well, that's one thing, right? Because you can vote these city council folks out of office and say, hey, to heck with you. You voted us tax increase. But if you're in unincorporated Murray County and you have to use Columbia Power and Water, or if you're in Mount Pleasant and you use Columbia Power and Water, or if you're in Spring Hill and you use Columbia Power and Water, you don't have any ability to say anything about it because you don't get to say where your water comes from because it is a monopoly. And you have to have water, and you have to pay it. So what they're doing is they're obligating because of this concept of growth. And I don't fully understand exactly what they're trying to do on the growth front, but they're trying to connect to another water source to increase their municipal water supply, and they have to build a water treatment plant in order to do it. And as John just mentioned, it is upwards of $500 million to build all of this infrastructure out. Now, look, somebody could come on here and say, Murph, this is needed infrastructure, and you're all wet on this. We have to do this. But the increases are 149%, and the obligations would be solely dependent on growth, meaning that if there's not the growth that is projected in those areas to supplement the payment of the cost, then that's just the beginning of your water increases. If they don't see the increase in usage like they think they're going to see, you're going to pay far more than 149% on top of what you're already paying. Y'all with me? And the citizens of Mount Pleasant don't have anything to say except to demand that their city look somewhere else for water. And if they do that, then the citizens of Columbia and Spring Hill are going to be on the hook for even more, because what they're doing, they're borrowing this money from the state, and the state has to get their money back, and the state expects a return every year on their money. And if the amount of money that is being paid by the ratepayers isn't consistent with the expected rate of return, they're going to increase the price. Y'all follow me? That's basic economics. Okay, good, very good. What were we going to? Oh, I know.
Hamburgers.
So, have you ever had In-N-Out Burger?
Yes.
Where did you have In-N-Out Burger?
Los Angeles the first time.
Okay. What were you doing? Was you just family trip?
School trip.
Okay.
When I was 14.
Okay. What is your review?
It's good. Yeah, it's really good. It's a good burger.
I mean, it's a top-end hamburger.
Yeah, it's going to be real. I'm excited that they're coming to Nashville.
So I separate hamburger places into 3 categories.
Okay.
Category 1 is fast food hamburgers.
Okay.
That's McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, fast food hamburgers. I have a second category that I would say are upper tier or gourmet fast food hamburgers. That would be your Five Guys.
Your Whataburger?
I think Whataburger's a step above those other fast food joints.
I do as well.
Okay, so I would. Now, some people might not.
You ever get Texas toast instead of a bun with
No,
Whataburger?
No.
That's what you got to do, man.
Promo. So I put, and I would think that In-N-Out would be in that.
It's in that
second echelon category.
Where do you put local places?
And then there's local burger places.
Yeah, because I've got
those are different. That's a different deal, right?
My favorite burger, about 7 minutes from where we are right now. Not that I've checked. Hugh Babies.
Hugh Babies. Now I've been told by many people.
That's the best burger in Nashville.
What is it about it? What is it?
It's a smash burger on a nice bun. You got the Hugh Baby sauce, a little bacon on there, some hand-cut French fries, and a Powerade. Oh, you can't go wrong.
So, Hugh Babies. What about ML Rose? You like ML Rose?
I like ML Rose. Hugh Babies is my favorite, but ML Rose is.
They got a pretty good smash.
They got a great burger.
Yeah. And it's kind of what they do. I'd be interested in what the Super Text line has to say about this. And I'm told.
Have you tried Cletus's?
We have done Cletus's. We did. It's a local place.
It's over on.
It's like in a big trailer.
Yeah, it's over by Game Terminal and stuff like that. We
have been there.
What's that road called?
Let me tell you. We were down in south of Columbia at the Mount Pleasant Grill. For reasons that may be described at some future time on the show. But they had a hell of a burger. I mean, a really, really good burger.
Did you bring one for the flight back?
I did not. If you did not hear yesterday, there was a possibility that we would be I'd be scoring a house. I think that has happened.
Okay.
How about that?
Congrats, buddy.
So anytime you want to get out of town for a nice weekend vacay, come on out to the house.
Oh, if I go down there, I'm staying at least a week.
We're not saying exactly where because I don't want any interlopers or squatters.
Matt's new address is.
Yeah, right. But it's in Murray County, so I think I will become a constituent of Scott Sapicki. So he has to be nicer to me when he comes on the show.
Okay.
which is well, I got that going for me, which is nice. Yeah, if you have any burger thoughts, get them in here as we'll take a short time out and we'll wrap things up live from Toy Field as we're winding it down. Man, oh, man, look at how good of a job. You know what? I was going to help.
We are the only thing still set up.
Yes, that's us. And that's not going to be for long.
We are holding people up.
Yes, we're like Congress, the opposite of progress. We're holding up progress as Congress. It is 51 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, folks. Matt Murphy for Men of Valor. Men of Valor is an organization that focuses on men in crisis. Now, these men have committed acts against society, which is why they end up in the prison system or in prison itself. Men of Valor goes to where these individuals are, recognizing two things. Number one, most importantly, these are takers in our society. And if they continue down this path, they'll continue to be takers. And if they come out of the prison system, nothing about their attitude is going to change unless their attitude actually changes. And that's where Men of Valor comes in, because they disciple these men within the prison system, recognizing that over 90% of them are going to eventually get out. And through that discipleship, they turn takers into givers. They turn these individuals, these criminals, into people who want to lead productive lives. That's what it's all about. We talked to them some weeks ago at the Men of Valor Valor Ridge campus. I guess that was just last week or last week. Yeah, I guess it was. And we're so proud to do so. It was a week ago today, as a matter of fact. And we would love if you gave as you can to the Men of Valor organization. What a wonderful organization. Men of Valor can be found online at movministry.com. That's movministry.com. Give as you can or volunteer, if you will, to the organization that is Men of Valor. Jackson, I feel like the last little princess at the party.
Me too, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We are holding everyone up. Everyone's ready to go home.
Look.
They've all, the heaters are gone. The chairs
All the toys are gone.
The toys are gone. I think the Salvation Army truck left, and it is just me and you in this empty
Okay,
tent.
so the guys standing right out there, you see them back there, Jackson?
I do. They are ready to tear this
They're
tent
about
down.
to tear this tent down.
They are saying, what are
Let's
these two
go.
yahoos
What are these
doing?
Yahoo? How long are these Yahoos going to yap? Well, about a minute and 40 seconds more.
We got to talk about something.
Well, about what, Jackson?
So Murphy's Movie Mayhem.
Murphy's Movie Mayhem. Boy, it was my idea.
Yeah, and you did not fulfill your promise, did
Okay,
you?
so, Jackson,
Yes.
I need to be punished.
Yes.
For the second time since the inception of Matt Murphy's Movie Mayhem, I have failed over the weekend, and you forgave me the weekend because I was all excited about the Georgia Bulldogs winning, blah, blah, blah. And you said, but Murph, you got to watch it. And I was like, okay. And did I watch Bad Santa? And I want to watch Bad Santa. Can I just watch Bad Santa tonight? If I do it tonight, will you forgive? Tonight.
I will consider.
I'll tell you what, I'll buy
forgiveness.
you Hugh Babies.
Okay, deal.
Damn it. I should have come up with a different deal. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to Hugh Babies then with you. You like old Hugh Babies too?
Love you, babies.
Okay, we'll figure that out. How was you said Fred Claus sucked?
Yeah, it was awful.
And you like Vince Vaughn?
I love Vince Vaughn. It's just like.
Well,
it's just
let me guess.
In my
I
opinion,
don't think I've ever seen the movie. Honestly, I think so. Let me guess. So Fred Claus is like the useless brother of Santa Claus.
Yeah, deadbeat. He is a repo man.
Okay, and then Santa Claus. Something happens to Santa Claus, and Fred Claus has to save Christmas.
No, Fred Claus gets arrested and wants to borrow money from his older brother,
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. And Santa says, I won't give you the money unless you come visit me at the North Pole. And so hijinks ensue. This movie was horrible.
And it was just all. You're saying this movie was the worst movie that you've been given so far?
Yes, by far.
I'm very excited about Bad Santa. I'll go watch Bad Santa tonight, and I guess I have to pay off some Hugh Babies tonight as well. Thank you to Louie back home. Thank you to all of you that gave to Toy Field. We'll be back in studio tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful evening, folks. So long, everybody.